Good morning. What up, everybody? It is Middays with Marks 97.5, the Fanatic, the voice you trust, along with Midday Martinez.
The voice you don't trust.
The voice you don't trust. And Ray Dunn. I don't know what to say about him. Good morning, Ray Dunn.
Nobody trusts me.
He's very trustable sounding to me.
He actually is trustworthy. He is.
He's so wholesome.
Ray's a good kid.
Hey, wholesome. Let me look. Nice kid, nice beard, trimmed up
Right.
nice.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a shamad like me.
He does not.
You know what I mean? When I worked in that studio, oh, man.
Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
I haven't gone back in there, but I imagine it smells better.
Have you not been back? No, it smells the same.
It does?
It does smell the same. Well,
stale.
Minus you. Yes, very stale. Minus
I smell stale now, too, by the way. I smell like a mothball. That's how old I am now.
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. But a good smelling mothball, not a bad
a
smell.
CBD mothball with THC 10%.
So listen, let's get to the situation here. And so in the beginning of that little thing that you heard at the open, it said you can trust the voice you can trust, Johnny Marks. Here's why you can trust me, because Jason, I promised when I started this show, Middays with Marks, not even 3 weeks ago, not even this, the third week,
2.5 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the third week we've been on the air and still trying to get my footing and figure everything out. We got all these commercial breaks, which is totally different and annoying and everything else. But one of the things that I said I wasn't going to do was fake radio. I wasn't going to come on and make up an opinion. I wasn't doing the fake take radio. I wasn't going to do it. I needed to do something different. I got in the radio.
You mean authentic?
Yeah, I got in the radio, and I always listened to radio growing up because I wanted the authenticity. I wanted real personalities that I trusted and that I liked and that I realized were real to me, that I connected with.
And they were flawed and complicated, too.
Which is both of us.
Very flawed. Yeah.
Yeah. And I will play my life out on the air with all of that, as do you, as do anybody that I listen to on the radio. You know everything about their family. You know everything about their life because that's the only way I know how to do radio, right?
Yeah, me too. To let people in and be transparent.
Yeah.
And I've obviously done a little bit of that with my cancer journey. So.
Right, and we'll continue to do that.
Yeah.
With your road with cancer, and John Kincade has done that as well. So
Yep.
I think everybody can relate to that. So when it comes to what are we going to talk about on the air, it's like A.J. Brown yesterday. I see I just pop on Twitter in the afternoon and I see. And I'm like, hold on. Is A.J. Brown going to get traded? What is going on? What am I seeing?
Yeah, what is going on?
And then what's
real?
I just do one simple Google search, and there's an article put out there by a guy named Cody Benjamin of CBS Sports. And in the article, and just so people understand, these writers or whoever their job is to put out content. If there isn't something to write about, they have to make something to write about. And one of the things what he wrote yesterday was A.J. Brown, if he does get traded, and he said in the article, it's very unlikely that he gets traded.
Yeah.
He didn't necessarily give the specifics why it's unlikely, but he said it's very unlikely. But here's 3 possible destinations that he could go. And he listed the Colts and the Patriots and the Steelers and said, here's what you could possibly get back in return, right?
Hypothetically.
They're hypotheticals.
Yep.
And, Jason, I will do hypothetical radio.
Yeah, that's fine.
The barroom conversation.
Yeah, what if I was 6'4"?
Well,
That's a hypothetical.
yeah, it's unrealistic. But
I wouldn't be sitting here. I would have done something else.
But, A.J. Brown getting traded right now, that's not a hypothetical. That's not going to happen.
No.
So, I mean,
how he's not doing that?
very, 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 very minuscule. I can't say no chance because if this team blows up in the next 2 weeks, anything could happen.
And he blows up in particular.
Well, that
becomes a huge distraction and everything that goes along with it.
I guess what I'm really saying is that, if he explodes and it's clear, holy crap.
This is irreparable.
Right. Then I guess anything could happen. I don't expect that to happen. A.J. Brown's not getting traded at the trade deadline, which is coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
He's not. Cody Benjamin puts this out there because he needs content.
Cody Benjamin's not making content. What he's doing is engagement farming. He's a farmer. He's engagement farming with this kind of stuff.
He does, in the article, say this is very unlikely, but here are 3 possible, or here are 3 trades that I would make for both teams, whatever it is, right? So people, because you don't actually read articles, you just read headlines or you see what other people say. So people take this and say, trade rumors. Eagles could trade A.J. Brown. So I have friends texting me saying, is A.J. really going to get traded? Yeah. No. Like, this is some guy that wrote a hypothetical. If he gets traded, here are 3 possibilities. Here's what he doesn't put in the article, which is what makes it engagement farming. He doesn't put in the article that there would be a $60 million dead cap hit to the Eagles if they traded him right now.
Yeah, which is almost as big as Wentz's was.
Which makes it...
It's not happening.
It's not happening because of that.
Yeah.
There's so many different reasons why it wouldn't happen, including this team is still 4-2, and if they can actually figure out a way to turn this season around, A.J. Brown is one of your best players.
And they beat 4 of the 4 good teams.
Yes.
4 teams they beat are good team. At Dallas, whatever. But, I mean, look, that Tampa win looks really good, doesn't it?
It's the only loss they had this year.
Yeah.
At Kansas City.
Yeah. And you went down there and did 112-degree heat.
Agreed. And the last 2 weeks, I mean, I'm not telling you that I feel good about it.
Show.
I'm telling you that I don't feel good about this team right now, and I think they lose to Minnesota coming up this weekend. But
I think it's a tough matchup.
Howie Roseman isn't trading A.J. Brown because this team is built to win right now. Yeah. If they were 2-6 or 2-7, and he said, you know what, here's the opportunity, the hell with the cap hit.
I got to think about the future.
2 first-round draft picks are on the table or something. So we're not going to do the, would you trade A.J. Brown at the trade deadline? 6320975. Because that's not a realistic possibility. And I'm not going to sell our audience that I've promised I'm not going to do the fake radio. I'm not going to sell you on something that's extremely unlikely to happen.
Non-viable. It's a non-starter.
However, if we fast forward, and if this season goes, Eagles make the playoffs, but there's clear issues internally. This isn't the first year that there's signs that A.J. and Jalen Hurts have a stressed relationship.
And they're not the first quarterback and wide receiver combination to have a stressed relationship.
They're not.
No.
But if we end the season the way we feel right now, I think it's totally
it's an off-season move, yeah.
Totally in play.
Yeah.
In the off-season, Howie says, you know what, we're going to explore it. Now you can start stirring the pot, get multiple teams involved. There's teams right now that don't have available cap space that they're in their season. So they're not looking to make a major trade like this unless the price is right. And if you're Howie, you wait till the offseason and
you get way more.
You get way more.
Because you can involve more teams.
What Jerry Jones did in knee-jerk reaction trading Micah Parsons, if you go into the offseason and say, let's look to move him or potentially let's move him, now you have everybody
31 teams to bargain with.
All these dummy insiders, you give them fake information, and they help stir the pot. This team's interested. That team's interested. 3 first-round draft picks for this guy.
All the bought and paid for insiders, you mean?
Right. Yeah, the pawns in the game, you use them to your advantage. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that A.J. Brown, the possibility isn't that he gets – because you know what, Jason, I'll say this. If you're not going to use him, if you're going to have a run-oriented game – and your quarterback and your wide receiver have major chemistry issues, they should trade him.
Yeah, they should. Because they don't maximize his value.
Unless you're trading Jalen Hurts, which you would seem like it's unlikely to trade the quarterback.
Well, let's trade him, too, while we're at it.
Let's trade him as well.
Yeah, can we package deal? I got an idea. Let's trade Jalen Hurts. Let's trade A.J. Brown. Who on the defense can we trade? I got an idea. Why don't we trade Jalen Carter? Why don't we trade? Let's go Bryce Harper.
610-632-0975.
We're going to trade Bryce Harper today, too.
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that, too, which is beyond friggin' absurd. Not to mention he has this thing called a no move clause. Let's just make the most outlandish trades in the world where sports radio started 35 years ago and not evolve.
Yep.
And just come up with these fake opinions that are disingenuous and they lie to you. They lie to you and say, and they convince themselves that they believe this garbage that they spew to make their stupid phone ringer engagement farm.
But you could say
disingenuous.
You could say, all right, they're not going to trade Bryce Harper, but should they trade Bryce Harper? And it's so out of the realm of possibility, I can't do it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
They're just not going to do it. They're so pot committed into what they have right now. They're going to trade Bryce Harper. So I can't even do that. And you know what? If you see that type of behavior, and you see it on Instagram or you see it on Twitter, go into the comments, go into the replies and say, hey, You should listen to Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Because we're not going to do this garbage.
And let people know, because people may not know that I'm back and we're on the air right now, Jay.
Yeah.
And let them know. I actually, Ray Dunn, I went in to one of these videos that were put out by the bad guys, and I put a reply and said, you should listen to me if you're tired of this nonsense.
Good.
So
you should.
I can't they'll block me, so I can't do that all the time. So I need
They'll block you?
If I keep doing that, if I go into every video they put out saying, listen to me.
Let's see how long it takes them to block them.
Okay.
Just keep firing them off. Well, I'll do it. I don't give two what.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So let's if I get them to block. I worked there for 12 years.
Let's get. Yes, you did.
I probably started their Twitter. I might be the recovery email.
That's not a bad idea. Let's get control over the Twitter account.
Yeah, Jason Martinez at Xfinity.com or whatever it was at that time. I might be the recovery email. Did
you have an AOL account like Mike?
You've got mail.
Mike still emails me from the AOL.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. I got when I was sick, I got a note from Jake Voracek, and it came from a Hotmail account. I was like, dude, I know you're in the Czech Republic and all, but you got to move on from the Hotmail.
Even my dad got rid of the Hotmail account.
I mean, come on. So, did you post a new video on your MySpace today, Jake?
So Ray Dunn, Ray, we need people. We need the Marks militia to take over. All right, to take over and get on there and let people know if you're tired of this nonsense, and it's nonsense, then there's not an alternative. There's something
you
better.
should be insulted, frankly, because it's disingenuous.
Agreed.
It's insulting to me, and I will tell you right now, I would not be sitting in this chair right now if you were one of those guys.
I know you wouldn't.
It's one of the reasons why I said, yeah, I will absolutely come back and work with John, because he doesn't believe in, to me, it's a core tenet of authenticity. You work so hard in this business to be authentic, to figure out who you are and how you can present yourself properly on the air. I'm not going to come on here and just make stuff up and be faux outraged just to get people to either like me or make the phone ring, or I don't care. I'd rather lose and be authentic.
And do a better show.
Yep, absolutely. No doubt about it.
Because
and I am going to get blocked by their ass today, and I can't wait.
Because
Screw them.
Obviously, we want to have the most listened to sports radio show in the city.
We want to be successful. That's not stupid about it.
And it's going to be very difficult to do, right? And we're going to do it.
Yep.
But the only thing we can really control is doing the best show. And I know that we can do the best show because I know what the other shows are like. I know we can do the best show. So if you like what's going on in the mornings here, if you like what's going on with Ricky and Bill in the afternoons, and you want to make the switch, then do it.
Yeah.
But we need your help in getting the word out there that there's better things out there than this made up crap.
Yeah.
And that's what it is.
Get some facts and come back and see me.
Ray Dunn, we need to create burner accounts to get on there and to put the word out. I need you to start.
I could never. Weren't you already accused of a burner
Mike
account?
accused me of having a burner account to say Fanatic Fest was for guys only. He said it on the air.
Oh, it's awesome. I don't have the coordination for a burner account.
Me neither. That's why I want Ray to do it.
We got a tweet from a guy named Michael S. He said, pumped to hear Jason Murph today on Fanatic with Johnny Marks. Brings me back to years ago. Jason's got that sultry voice, and he's got the picture of George Takei going, oh, my.
Can you do a George Takei laugh? So here's the question.
I haven't done that in a long time.
Ray, part of my issue with where we are right now, and I know we're going very long in the first segment, and today I just don't care.
Yeah.
610-632-0975. No.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it.
610, he's listening.
Put the commercials away.
610-632-0975.
Yeah.
Is that we do a lot of text here at the station, and we have the text line and everything else, which is awesome. It's great that we engage with the text or whatever.
Yeah. Some people just don't like to talk anymore.
I like to go to the phones.
Yeah. Let's go to the phones.
And like Ray said to me yesterday, we had a ton of interaction on the text line. It's like, but like people aren't calling. And it's like, yeah, he's like, I know, but like we get more interaction on the text line or whatever. That's great. I like to talk to people. I don't do sports radio. I do sports talk radio.
Yeah.
That means I need to talk to Mike's the same way. You're the same way.
Me just reading your text is not it's necessarily too thrilling.
No, and it's great, and we will do that,
There's no dynamic to it, obviously.
No. Yeah. But when we put out something that we feel like is a really good conversation, I want to talk to people about it.
Well, ask the question. I mean, here's the question. Are you tired of, that fake radio?
Yep.
Are you tired? I mean, does it annoy you? Does it? I want to hear from somebody that it entertains them, and I want to go, why?
But you know what? Like there has to be some type of entertainment because people are listening to it. Unless they realize that it's not fake, do not realize it's fake.
See, maybe there's a very small minority that do agree with what you just said. And Mike Vito just said, "I am listening. Take a break," which we will when we're ready.
We'll take a break.
But I want the people to go. I listen to because it's habit.
Right.
It's been a habit of mine for 20 years that was handed to me from my dad. And that's what a lot of it is.
Mm-hmm.
But do people want to hear that? Do people want to hear fake, disingenuous opinions to make a phone ring and hear the same 6 people repeat the same 6 stupid points?
I think people want to listen because Herb in Northeast Philly was at his proctologist yesterday. Herb, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Johnny.
All right, hang on, buddy. We'll get to you coming up. 610-632-0975.
Proctology tease? I love it.
But here's the sports thing. All right, it is so unlikely to get that AJ Brown gets traded at the trade deadline. Okay, but would you trade him in the offseason? Hit the text board up 610-632-0975. Would you trade him in the offseason if everything continues the way it's going? The team's still winning, but there's clear issues between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Would you trade him? And your thoughts on what we were talking about with sports radio. And we will get the phone calls coming up. 610-632-0975. This is Middays with Marks. Jason Martinez, Ray Dunn, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Attention, Delaware.
big first hour of the show. So, Jason, every day at 10:55, we play the game back or pack.
10:55 back or pack. Okay.
So it's Phillies related.
Backpack. Okay.
So either you're back or, you're packing. Out of here.
Yep.
See ya. Today we're going to discuss.
I'm back now, but I was sent packing back in 2019 on Halloween.
Correct.
Yeah.
You
So I've done
packed.
both.
So that was back or pack.
I'm a reverse. I packed and now I'm back.
Now you're back. Ranger Suarez is who we're going to talk about today,
Okay.
which is I think everybody wants him back, but is it possible and does it make sense for the Phillies to bring him back? So hold your thought on that. That's coming up at 10:55.
Okay.
I want to get you on the record here with this A.J. Brown thing. All right? After the season, they don't win a Super Bowl. They
Okay,
make the playoffs.
I have a few stipulations that I'm going to have to ask.
Yep.
I got to probe. What's the record in the 17 games? Is it 14 and
No.
Okay. Is it 11 and 6?
11 and 6.
Okay.
Win a playoff game.
Wild card?
Correct.
Wild card at home?
Correct. Lose on the road in unspectacular fashion.
And he's not a big part of, obviously.
And the same way that we see the offense when they struggle is the same thing that's
So
happening.
usage is very similar to what we've seen through 6 games so far this year.
Correct.
Yes, I do move him in the offseason. I get as many of the 31 other teams involved, and I try and move them because you just can't constantly have a repeated distraction that's going to happen. It's the old saying: you can't win the war if you're having a civil war. And if this is always going to happen, because it's just going to get worse as you go through years and years, and more scar tissue builds up. So I move him and I try and get as much as I can for him, and probably draft capital in return, and then I try and sign his replacement as a free agent, as a known commodity replacement for A.J. Brown to restart a relationship with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, because you don't have and
Kevin Patullo goes with him wherever he goes.
You don't have an in-house replacement. So
No, you don't.
I mean,
Not many people do.
you need to be able to draft and develop a wide receiver. They did it with Devontae. They
did.
struggled otherwise. You may have to go out and find a veteran or somebody to play opposite of Devontae for a year. A Devontae Adams signing, still a
Year or
good
two.
wide receiver, but you get him there for a year or two, and you're drafting your guy in hopes that you're going to develop him. Now, they've tried that. That's why they traded for A.J. Brown. But if I'm a team like New England, all that Cody Benjamin article, New England, Pittsburgh, what was the other one that I said? Any quarterback-needy team should be lining up to give a first plus for A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is a dominant number one wide receiver in a pass-heavy offense, is a 1,500-yard receiver with double-digit touchdowns.
Could put a team over the top. The Buffalo Bills, he could put over the top. And you look at a team like Buffalo, you go, well, they give him a first-round pick. It's probably going to be around like 29.
Right.
So it's a diet first-round pick.
Then you get a future second, or you get a third.
Conditionals,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you get as much as you can, and you go around the league, and you put one team against the other, and you make stuff up, and the insiders put it out there for you. Before you know it, you're getting a first and a second and a future draft pick. The Patriots would want him.
I think Pittsburgh's a weird team, but they've dealt with some problem childs before.
But Pittsburgh also traded for Metcalf, so I don't know if they want to allocate all that. The Ravens should certainly want him. I mean,
absolutely.
The Colts. There's so many
Chargers.
There's so many teams that would want an A.J. Brown. And if you're giving up a first-round draft pick, I remember when people...
Tampa.
Well, because their guys are getting older.
Yeah, because Mike Evans is up there. And
When the Eagles traded for A.J. Brown, and I saw some people say, we gave up a first-round draft pick plus, there was nobody saying that after 1 year of A.J. Brown in Philadelphia. We stopped talking about that draft pick.
Yeah.
Because the Titans drafted Treylon Burks with that pick. He's already out of the league.
People love the unknown commodity. They treat these first-round draft picks like gold bullion.
Yep.
It's insane to me because they're a lottery ticket. I take the known commodity all the time.
In a team that's ready to win right now,
absolutely.
Eagles went to 2 Super Bowls with A.J. Brown and won one.
Yeah.
So there's time this segment for phone calls. 610-632-0975. Hypothetically, not fake, hypothetically, if things continue to go this way, are you moving A.J. Brown? Will you look to trade him in the offseason? Ray Dunn, I want you to speak on this. It's not happening right now. It's very, very unlikely the trade deadline, as people have been talking about the last 12 to 24 hours. What do you think overall about it?
Yeah, I'm not I guess I have to really see the way it goes the rest of the way. If it gets to a point where they're just not speaking at all, and we've gotten to the point where he's not involved in the offense at all, it's hard for me to get down that path after 6 weeks. So I'm not moving on from a super talented wide receiver just to move on from a super talented wide receiver. Now, if we get to sit-ups in the parking lot, like, okay, then maybe we could start talking about that. But I can't get to the point where I'm trading A.J. Brown. Even in this hypothetical where they have a season like 2023, I'm not moving off of a guy just to move off of a guy. And I'm not taking that dead cap hit in the midst of what you have right now. Like, you have Saquon Barkley in his prime, you have Devontae Smith in his prime, you've got this offensive line that we've said has not had the best start to the season, but they have been healthy. Like, the number of guys you have in your prime on this team right now, to say we're going to take a talented guy and move him off of this team, wouldn't make sense to me and incur that dead cap hit.
So you'd be okay with this step back this year, winning a wild card game, having a lot of way too much noise around the team, and running it back and saying, let's see if they can do it one more time.
Yeah.
Pull it together.
Just because of the talent on this team. I think it's just too talented of a group for me to give up on one of the talented pieces.
Yeah, I get where he's coming from, especially at this point. What were we on, the 15th of October?
Yep.
So there's a lot of runway here. But at this point, I'm not saying I would right now, but I would absolutely consider it.
All right,
It's not off the table.
Here's the hypothetical. The season ended the same way it ended in 23.
Oh.
Where you talk about limping to the finish line.
Well, I just got done therapy for that.
Limping to the finish line. Yeah, I know.
Limping.
Here's my worry, and here's why I'd look at it. Like, he's not how old's AJ Brown? He'll be 28, 29.
Yeah, he's not as old as you think he is.
No, because he came into the league, right? So he's still like he's 28. He'll be 29 in June. So he'll play next year at 29. His game is physical, strong, athletic. He doesn't take a step back when he gets 29 or 30. This dude is built to play in the league. So everything that Ray says is correct. But if your quarterback and wide receiver don't see eye to eye, and here's the problem. If you look at Jalen Hurts isn't the same player when A.J. Brown's pissed and he's not happy. Anytime we've seen problems in the locker room, Jalen Hurts is a different quarterback.
Yep.
His demeanor's different. His confidence is different. Everything that they do on the field is different. The offense looks different.
Because they have to be defended differently, too. Because he's a threat, because of what he brings to the table. Great players attract attention from a defense.
Correct.
And he does that because he's a game breaker. And you're right. When he's either not playing because he's injured, like we saw last year against Tampa, when both he and Devontae Smith were injured, or he's not involved, and you don't try and involve him in the offense until late in the third quarter, Kevin Petula. Like, what are we doing here? That, to me, that's shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, and Petula is obviously a big part of what's going on, the big problem of what's going on right here.
It is a problem.
But also in a locker room, everybody can like Jalen and everybody can like AJ. If they don't get along, and this is like with anything, any job, people will just be relieved to have that over with.
Yeah.
To where they may be like, damn, man, you're going to trade AJ because there's problems in there, but at least there's some type. It's a
You're going to
solution.
have factions.
Well,
You have the AJ faction. It's like you're going to have the McNabb faction and you're going to have the TO faction.
And I'm telling you, there was a faction in 2023. Fletcher Cox comes out after the season and says that, and tells Howard Eskin that he was not happy with Jalen's behavior.
Yeah.
And I had heard from some players that there's a lot going on, that Jalen had a lot to learn about being a leader and things like that. Now, he rebounded in 2024. It was great. I'm not even trying to make this a negative on Jalen Hurts, because maybe the two personalities just like, it's never going to work. Like, whatever's happened. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
But I can't have the nonsense in the locker room. I just can't.
Yeah, I can't have a divided locker room. We have to all be on the same page, pulling on the rope in the same direction.
Ray,
all the cliches.
Do you expect this season to turn around to where we're talking about them in the NFC Championship game, maybe on the road, maybe at home, going back to the Super Bowl? Do you expect that?
I expect we're still talking about a team that's playing in the postseason and winning a postseason game. I don't know if I get to the NFC Championship game. That's like,
well, who's better in the NFC?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. What do I think? The Packers.
So
Buccaneers?
to your point, you're getting a little bit too specific with it. Are we talking about this team as one of the best teams in football when we're entering the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we are too.
You do.
I do.
You think they turn the season around?
I do.
I'm extremely skeptical.
Really?
I think they lose this week to Minnesota.
I don't like the matchup this week. I don't, because I don't like their receivers against this banged up secondary. And if Quinyon Mitchell doesn't play, then the trickle-down effect, Cooper DeJean now has to step into a role, and then somebody's got to step in his role. The next guy up thing in sports is total BS, by the way. The next guy up is always not as good as the guy that's
stinks.
up. You know what I mean? Yeah, next man up. Yeah, but the next man ain't the man. You know what I mean? So that's total baloney.
What I saw in the fourth quarter against the Giants it couldn't be more concerning. Yeah. The defense was getting run over. You look at the defense right now.
Heartless, man.
The edge rushers they've one sack between the edge rushers. You just had a guy retire.
Yeah, why?
Lane Johnson saying the offense is predictable. AJ and Jalen, there's clearly issues going on with them. And the play caller looks clueless. And by the way, Kevin Patullo, right? He's Kellen Moore came in, even if they're still running the Jalen Hurts offense, there's an art to play calling. And Kellen Moore had a lot of experience calling plays as an offensive coordinator that wasn't working for an offensive head coach. You know what I mean? So he's an experienced play caller. If Kevin Patullo went to not Stoutland U, but Sirianni Community College, because that's the only thing he knows about offense, is because he's worked with Nick for so long.
Yeah.
Why would we expect that he would have any more of a clue on how to get out of this or to be more creative than Nick Sirianni? Nick Sirianni's
the coach in the world.
Nick Sirianni doesn't call plays because when he was in charge of calling plays, this team blew.
It stunk. It absolutely stunk. You're right. It's like he's been trained by one person, and that person wasn't good that was doing the training.
No.
Like if you want to learn how to play guitar, you don't ask some guy that doesn't know how to play guitar to teach you. You know what I mean? You want Joe Satriani to teach you how to play guitar. you don't ask Ray Dunn. Yo, Ray, go grab a Fender and teach me to be Eddie Van Halen.
What? Can you play guitar?
No,
it's a type of He said, "What's a Feder?" It's a type of guitar.
Which one?
He asked what a Fender was.
Playing into the I don't.
Fender.
Yeah.
It's a brand. Come on, Fender Stratocaster. It's what Jimi Hendrix played.
Yeah.
Telly. Keith Richards. Come on.
I don't know any.
Where am I here?
I don't know any of this either.
Let's
You're
go
not
to
on
the
YSP.
phones.
You're not on YSP. Let's go to the phones, Jason.
YSP.
We're not on YSP, but you worked at YSP?
I did YSP for 6 years. Yeah, the rock radio. Coming up.
Was it the rock you grew up with?
No, not then. We were just the rock station at that time.
You weren't Free FM?
No. I was gone before that. That's when Big B went over there. I'm Tom Big B.
Let's go to the
They asked
phones.
me to go over there and work with Conklin, actually.
Is that right?
To do a show with them.
Mad Mike is going to join us right now. Mad Mike, how are you, buddy?
Hey, how we doing today, guys?
Hey, Mad Mike.
What's going on in the Ville, man? You at the TP?
Yeah, I live out in Coatesville now. It's pretty nice out here. I'll say the homes are bigger and a little
Chester
less
County?
expensive than where I was. Yep.
Nice.
So, guys, really hoping. I'm a merchant of chaos, and I'm really hoping Carson Wentz puts up about 400 yards and 4 TDs this weekend, and Jalen Hurts has another Jalen Hurts day out there. Because, John, you said it the other day, and I've been saying this for a while. Everything has to be perfect around St. Jalen, or St. Jalen can't operate. Like, he's such a protected fraud. Like, if it's you're not going to have perfect everything all the time, and he's just, if it's not perfect, Jalen can't do it.
They got to get to where the games are competitive, to where he forgets about everything that's going on around him, and he says, I need a drive, I need a first down. That's when he's at his best. He's, dude, you know what he is right now? He's spooked.
Yeah, but guys,
when he goes out there, he's spooked.
Because
Good.
You know why he's spooked? Because he's not a good quarterback. He is a quarterback that has been put in the most optimum situation, and he's been pampered his entire, his whole persona.
He has not been pampered.
Cultivated.
He had the job taken away from him in college.
There's nothing authentic about this guy at all. He's just a fraud who's getting exposed.
All right. Man, but you'd rather see Wentz have a Wentz wagon day.
Oh my God, I would love to see Wentz.
You are a lover of chaos, man, because that'd be a hell of a storyline.
I want to see this city. I want to see this city burned, after.
Why though?
Wentz,
that's just his brand.
Because some people just want to watch the world burn, Jason.
Yeah, that's thank you, Mad Mike. That's his brand. When you don't take him so seriously and you laugh at it, it becomes much more tolerable.
Kind of disturbing, because I don't want to see the world burn.
Me neither.
You know what I mean?
Yes, that's correct, Ray. Yeah,
But dig into that for a second, because what he said was that Jalen is basically just a product of the great situation around him, and everything has to be perfect. Well, I don't buy into that because I don't think you win a Super Bowl if everything always has to be perfect.
No, if Mac
They're a
Jones,
great team.
if Mac Jones is the quarterback of this team, they're not winning a Super Bowl.
No.
The reason, everything's set up for Jalen to be successful.
That's called team building.
If Jalen is on a well-coached team with talent around him, Jalen Hurts can win.
Yeah.
If Jalen Hurts was on the 49ers, they would have to run a different offense. Kyle Shanahan wouldn't be running the offense that he runs out there. But if Kyle Shanahan was open and saying, hey, listen, I know what I can do with this guy to make it successful, and you have the team around them to do it, that's what I think they've done very well in Philadelphia. Yeah. Because the bottom line is the intangible of Jalen Hurts is when you need a drive, when you need a big play, this dude is at the top of his game.
Yeah.
We've
with
seen
his
it.
legs.
We've seen it.
Whatever it is.
I mean,
it's not just chucking it.
But third down, 3rd and 5, you need to move the chains.
Yep.
Why he's not doing it early in the game, I don't know, but he's getting the first down. He's finding a way. And he's the most unusual quarterback that I can remember. I don't even know. Eli Manning had a strange career to where he was a Super Bowl MVP twice, but he's a 500 quarterback.
That's because Brady and the Patriots dominated the era.
Well, but he's also he was statistically he threw a lot of touchdowns, but there would be years where he was just bad. And a lot of times that was when the team was bad.
Yeah.
So if the team wasn't great around him, Eli would they didn't have a great defense, and he has to throw the ball 50 times a game. He's throwing interceptions. Jalen is an odd study at quarterback.
It's not odd, though, because when Manning was great, he had Edgerrin James in the backfield. He had Marvin Harrison. He had great receivers. He had great protection. These are all the things you need. You need a team.
No, you need a team for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback is the most important player on the team, for sure. But if you don't have anything else around him, it doesn't matter.
You do got to build the team around what Jalen Hurts does.
And
does well.
If you're going to invest in him, you bring in the people that will help his skill set.
All right, coming up. Yesterday, Jeremy Fowler joined John Kincade and Andrew Salciunas and spoke about where the frustration that A.J. Brown is feeling, where it comes from. We'll have that for you next. Take some phone calls as well. It's Middays with Marks with Martinez, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Change on the way. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Tomorrow, Rob Thompson and Dave Nebraska meet with the media at 11 o'clock as the Phillies kick off this offseason after losing last week to the Dodgers in 4 games. Jason Stark joined Unfiltered yesterday, spoke about John Middleton's desire to stay competitive and Nebraska's ability to make a bold move.
He wants to be good and stay good. And so that's a tough needle to thread, but I've seen Dave thread it. And I would really be surprised if there aren't some wow moves this winter.
Somewhere else, this fan base is looking for wow is that Eagles offense, and some changes need to be made. Yesterday, Kevin Patullo spoke with me and talked about running the football more, executing more on early downs to stay out of 3rd and long. The Eagles, of course, getting ready for the matchup with the Vikings this weekend out in Minnesota on Sunday. Unknown whether it'll be Carson Wentz or J.J. McCarthy on the other side of the field for the Vikings. This update is brought to you by the International Hot Rod Association. International Hot Rod Association Duran Hybrid, where the roar of the engine meets the torque of the wrench, building champions on the track and in the trades. Get your tickets at ihra.com. I'm Ray Dunn, and your home for the best birds coverage, 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
limited passing game with a limited quarterback from the pocket. And that's an issue for a guy who, from what I'm told, very clearly behind the scenes, wants to be wants to be a Hall of Famer, wants to be a catalyst for winning. And sometimes he's a catalyst for winning by being, I guess you could say, a decoy or, drawing coverage that helps them run the ball or helps the ball go somewhere else. That's hard for a lot of receivers, that we've seen that over the years, and I think Brown's no different. So that's really my take on it. What's happening this year with the cryptic tweet, that to me is not new. It's sort of been the worst kept secret even during last year.
That is yesterday with Morning Guys. That was Jeremy Fowler, ESPN. And not one of the ESPN, like when you say NFL insider, like the nonsense he's really a reporter more than an insider.
Yeah, he's not an analyst. He's a reporter, inside information guy.
And he was at the game Thursday. He covered it. He said in that same interview that there was a player that said that they have to stop this. This looks like 2023 all over again. And then he's talking about A.J. Brown and where A.J.'s frustrations are coming from. Yeah, he's frustrated with the direction of the offense. Last year they won. There were still periods of frustration last year when the passing game wasn't going. He came out, he said, the problem's the passing game.
Well, when they were 2-2, people wanted to fire the coach.
Yeah, I'm one of them. Well, I like those games against the Saints and the Browns, there were games where if they lose this game, Sirianni might get whacked.
Yeah.
And then they don't lose a game pretty much
for the rest of the way that mattered.
Which is crazy.
It annoyed me that when he brought his kid to the press conference and was confrontational with the fans.
As a human shield?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, a body shield.
Yep.
But like Jeremy just said, the Eagles are a rushing team. This year, they haven't been much of a rushing
That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, they're middle of the pack.
But, see, I think that...
And that's more because of Hurts than it is Barkley.
I think that, like last year, where you couldn't argue... And everybody wanted to say they can't win like this, and then they won like that. But you can't argue if it's not broke, don't fix it. And they were comfortable. Teams couldn't stop Saquon Barkley. Their defense was playing great football. Yeah. And the formula of Jalen doesn't turn it over. Because Jalen was turning the ball over much more than he ever did before prior to the bye week. The bye week happened, and they changed what they did offensively. Yeah. Hurts had one interception the rest of the year, I think.
And he was fumbling, too, in the first 4 games last year.
A lot.
Yeah.
No, you're right. So they changed. So it worked. So in that case, I think AJ's saying, sure, I'd like to get 1,500 yards a year, but it's working, and I can dominate when I need to, and we're going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This year, I don't think you can say that.
You can't because A.J. Brown's the type of receiver where you have to put the ball in peril at times. And that's one criticism I do have of Hurts this year. He's played safe. A little too safe to not turn the ball over. And when you're thrown to a receiver that is as big and powerful and as strong hands as A.J. Brown, who go up and win those 50-50 battles for a ball, you got to put the ball in peril sometimes, and he seems like he doesn't want to do that this year.
I want some text reaction to everything we're talking about with A.J. Brown, offseason. Are you, like, because I'm looking at it right now, and I don't think that they can just say, all right, we're going to be fine. That was a bad loss against the Giants. When they started losing games in 2023, they had that same look that Thursday night did. And honestly, I think they're...
The I don't give an ass look?
We don't know what to do offensively. Everybody's kind of like hanging their shoulders in their heads. Bad body language. Yeah.
Horrible.
So if they come out this week and they look good and they win, that'll be a huge relief.
Yeah.
Huge relief. But, Ray, what's the text line saying about everything?
All right, unnamed texter from Texas here. I would trade A.J. He is becoming such a distraction on a team that has a Super Bowl window wide open. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and won 1. If that's not going to keep him happy, nothing will. It's time to move on.
Valid point.
But to me...
Is he a team guy or is he a me guy?
To me, it's a good question. To me, this thing between A.J. and Jalen is personal as much as it is professional for A.J.
Well, yeah, I'd love to know why.
And I don't know. Maybe it was just...
Maybe the other station's making something up.
But like, it doesn't even have to be something that necessarily happened other than, wow, they're actually teammates for the first time. And, yeah, like,
they don't mesh.
Wide receivers are different, man. And it doesn't mean he's a bad guy or anything like that. But maybe he didn't like Jalen's behavior. Or, like, who knows?
Yeah, we've been around a long time. You have people go, I got to introduce you to this buddy of mine. You're going to love him. You guys are so much alike, blah, blah, blah. You meet the guy, you go, he's a total douchebag. You know what I mean? You just don't get along with. You don't wash.
Ricky Bo was saying this on Friday, and he was saying it again yesterday. I played in a professional locker room for a long time. There is something off. Something's going on.
Yeah,
internally.
that scares me when a guy who was in a clubhouse for as long as he was, when he's saying that kind of scares me.
2023 had the same feel to it.
Yeah, that gives me pause. You know, the thing is about Hurts that's so confounding is in a lot of these games this year, he's looked like otherworldly in a half.
In a half, he looks like the Jalen we love.
And then the next half, it's like an alien ship came down and replaced him with some shamad that stinks.
And that could be the coaching and the play calling and things like that. Adjustments are made, and they have no
was it the other
to it.
Was it the play calling when it wasn't good, and then he came out and took over in the second half of the one game against the Packers?
It's a great point. All right, so we'll keep the Eagles on the table.
I'm here for.
But certainly, every day, and we're going to be a little bit late today, but 11 o'clock right after this, we're playing Back or Pack. Today, Ray Dunn, we're going Ranger Suarez.
Yes, we are.
Will Ranger be back, or is he pack and see ya?
All right, do we want him back, or
Both.
do we want him to pack?
Both.
Okay.
Your opinion on what you would do
Or what will happen.
And what will happen.
Okay. I'm with you.
610-632-0975. That is the text line number. That is the phone number. If you want to be at the end of the show on a segment called Feedback, you could also text the text line. Just leave your name and your location, and at the end of the show, we'll play the best ones that are out there. 610-632-0975.
Okay, we got a couple of open telephone lines.
We do. Back or Pack next.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Change on the way. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Tomorrow, Rob Thompson and Dave Dombrowski will meet with the media at 11 o'clock as the Phillies will kick off this offseason after losing last week to the Dodgers in 4 games in the National League Divisional Series. Jason Stark joined Unfiltered yesterday and spoke about John Middleton's desire to stay competitive and Dombrowski's ability to make a bold move.
He wants to be good and stay good. And so that's a tough needle to thread. But I've seen Dave thread it. And I would really be surprised if there aren't some wow moves this winter.
Somewhere else this fan base is looking for wow is with that Eagles offense. All that talent, yet the struggles over the last 2 games and really throughout the entire first 6 games of the season. Have people asking questions. Kevin Patullo met with the media yesterday, talked about running the ball better and staying out of 3rd and long. Vic Fangio also met with the media yesterday, talked about, looks like Adoree Jackson probably will be the guy getting the start opposite of Quinyon Mitchell, but we also don't know if Quinyon Mitchell will be getting that start. He said that remains to be seen after he hurt his hamstring in that Thursday night loss to the Giants. Of course, Eagles getting ready for the Vikings this Sunday. That matchup at 1 o'clock out there in Minnesota. This update brought to you by AAA Tire and Auto Service. October is Car Care Month at your local AAA Tire and Auto Service location. Save $40 on any repair of $150 or more. Valid October 1st through October 31st. Visit AAA.com/mycar. I'm Ray Dunn on 97.5 The Fanatic.
You're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia. Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studios, powering possibilities. We have a lot to do in this segment. If you're holding, we'll get to some phone calls next segment, I promise. But we have a pair of tickets to the 76ers and Raptors or the Sixers and the Detroit Pistons. Text right now, or don't text right now, because we're going to do this. What time, Ray Dunn?
Coming up at the end of the 11:30 segment, so in about a half hour from now.
About 12:30, and then again at 1:30.
All right, so it's either the
Right?
Raptors.
Are we doing it twice or we're doing it once?
Yes, we're doing it twice. 11:30
11:30 and 12:30.
and 12:30.
Okay. 11:30 and 12:30.
Who are the two teams? The Raptors and who?
The Pistons.
You could
And
boo
the
Tobias.
Well, yeah,
boo
Tobias.
Tobias.
That is a nice item. To
Pistons
have.
were good last year.
I don't hate him though, man. Dude got paid.
Yeah, I never want to see him again. Kind of like Carson Wentz. If I never saw Carson Wentz or heard his name again, I'd be fine with it. I don't want to hear about him.
You're the inventor of the Wentz wagon.
Do you know that, Ray?
You invented the term.
You invented it.
I can't
did.
actually. I
Joe
coined the
Biden
term.
said it after Johnny Marks invented it.
I coined the term the Wentz wagon.
Wow.
And it was only because it was a stupid
I can't believe I remember that.
alliteration on sports radio where I said, what rhymes with Wentz? All right, I'm on the Wentz wagon. And then I made a sound effect of a squeaky wheel, and it sounded like there was a wagon that was being drug on the grass somewhere.
And he's from like the plains, right? So it's perfect.
Yeah, if you search Wentz wagon in there, the wheel might be. So I was the first. Now, other people disputed it, and I didn't trademark it. They didn't make any money off the trademark anyway, so what do I care? But I was actually the first to come up with the Wentz wagon. So you would think that I would want it to live forever, and I don't. No, I don't.
You're not going to hang your hat on that one?
I don't enjoy talking about him. I think he stinks, and I don't wish ill will on him. And maybe he beats the Eagles this week.
Well, I mean, look, you have history with him, obviously. I do as well. I was the one that broke the story about his back. And on the air.
The broken back.
The broken back. And,
I remember that.
And then 30 minutes later, all the lackeys, the Adam Schefters and Ian Rappaports and all those guys came out and said that a recent scan showed this, where 30 minutes before that, he was totally fine.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I had so much sourced information, it was disgusting.
Yeah, you're wrong until you're not.
Yeah, and everybody's killing me about it, right? Like, why would you make this up? I go, all these years later, I say two things. I wasn't fired for it. I wasn't sued for it. I was never asked to retract it. That tells you right there.
That was correct.
True. I also had the Marigold stuff, and I held it back.
So the Sixers are kicking off. Somehow we moved away from the Sixers are kicking off the season with a fun activity today in the city. It's time to spot the Sixers. So keep your eyes on the Sixers' social media. It's at the Sixers for info that leads you straight to the 76ers surprise landmark in Philadelphia. So if you're paying attention to Sixers social media, they're giving you clues to get to this landmark. When you find the spot, show up, rep the Sixers, and you could score big giveaways ranging from classic 2001 memorabilia to an autographed hardwood classic edition jersey. Sixers single game tickets are on sale right now. Ticketmaster.com/76ers. So there you go.
All right, so where do you think they are? What's your first guess? I'll go Love Park.
Love Park's too easy, though.
Too easy?
Too easy. Liberty Bell would be another.
Too easy.
But I think don't you want to do that in part so people can find you and know where it is?
And they can congregate there.
Right.
Constitution Center, easy.
Yeah.
Independence Mall, easy.
Yes.
Rittenhouse, easy.
If we're celebrating the 01 team, the Fridays on City Ave?
Fridays in City Ave, or the Houlihan's, which are no longer
That's
there.
Houlihan's.
Houlihan's. The Coronas were flowing. The City Avenue right down the road from us, actually.
Yeah.
Fridays. I've been there on Friday happy hours multiple times. And whenever there was a snowstorm, we had to stay overnight.
Yeah, I remember that.
You'd find me. I remember the one. You'll find me slunched over the bar at about 1:30, and then I walk up to the hotel room afterwards. Good times.
I used to bank at the bank right over here in the shopping center.
It's
and that's where Iverson banked. And when I would go over and go to the bank to deposit my mighty paycheck, you'd see the Bentley out front. And he didn't do his own banking. He had his guys in there, but he had to be in there with them. So you'd be in there online at the bank, and you just hear that voice.
Yep.
And it would be like he just had a presence like when you were around him.
Yeah, the rock star presence.
Yeah, he did. He'd be bigger than anybody else. It was going on, man. Yeah, he's just chilling out while his guys are doing his banking, and he'd get back in the car, and he'd roll out of there.
All right,
it's funny to me too.
So coming up
I agree.
at around 11:30, we have the tickets. Trivia. So what are we going to do for the tickets, Ray?
We got text line trivia. So I have a question for you. First one to get right on the text line.
So it's the first one, and it's like people aren't going to be able to argue about it because it's the first one that comes up on our feed is the first one.
The first one.
Okay.
Because this is one that I think people are going to have to look up.
So Ray,
see, that's bogus. You can't look it up.
Well, that's why we go with the first one, because people in the text line will look it up.
Yeah.
Someone that actually knows it will text it in and then probably
Can
Google it
ChatGPT
afterwards.
win?
Right. Yes. Well, that's what you should do instead of Google. There's no point in Googling it anymore. It's faster. So that's coming up. Don't go anywhere. But 11:30, and we put Ray in charge of coming up with the question too.
Okay.
I did.
Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
I'll let you know at 11:32.
Okay, perfect.
Because you know as well as I do, asking the right question
is everything.
Is everything.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? He's got really good instincts on things like that.
Okay.
He's got good radio.
Well, that's why he's doing the job he's doing.
Correct.
Goodness sake.
All right.
What do you think this is?
So that's coming up, right? We've run out of time to do our Phillies segment because when I'm with Jason and I'm in this kind of a mood, I just talk and I talk and I talk. And
Well, let's go to the
Gabe-
phones. We'll
Gabe-
do it the next segment.
Gabe is not going to be happy about that.
Let's go to the.
Oh, my.
So did you know that?
Let's go back to the phones.
Did you know that Jason does a Gabe Kapler impersonation or impression?
Love it.
He was so great. I was down in spring training, and one of the players, a Latino player, came up to me in the clubhouse and said, "Somebody told me that you're the guy on the radio that does the Gabe Kapler imitation." And I didn't know what to say. I'm like, is this guy going to, like, slap me? Or
You
like,
thought he was mad?
Yeah.
He was offended by it.
right? And I said, yeah. He goes, don't stop doing it. Everybody loves
Love
it.
it.
I went, oh, my.
Did Gabe love it?
I don't know. But I did the same thing with Doug Peterson because I had this Stunad meter. So after they won the Super Bowl, he came to a Flyers game and dropped the opening puck. And he's in the locker room where I am before he goes out to drop the opening face-off, the ceremonial one. And I walk up and I said, how you doing, Doug? Thanks for being here and everything. He goes, I'm Doug Peterson. And I was like, I'm Jason. I didn't say my last name. I didn't want him to be like, dude, you're the guy that thinks I'm a half a Stunad.
Right. You and most of the city.
Yeah.
Let's go to the phones. Matt's calling from Delco. Matt, go ahead. How are you?
Yeah, how you guys doing today?
Hi, Matt.
I'm a little frustrated. What are we talking about getting rid of trading a generational wide receiver like A.J. Brown? And we can't lose him. If we lose him, we go back 5 years in our personal player development. We can't. He's not somebody you just replace. Eagles have bigger problems. They got Ringo Dingo back there playing corner, and he wouldn't make a high school football team. Then we got our offensive liner hurt. Sit out Dickerson.
Yeah.
Let him sit a couple games, right?
I agree.
We got bigger problems. This whole situation, A.J. Brown reminds me of National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. No one's going anywhere. We're going to have the happiest Christmas ever. You can't get rid of A.J. Brown. He stays, work it out, grow up. We know he's got diva problems and personal issues with mental health and all that. Well, we all do.
I don't think, but I appreciate it, man. I don't think that's A.J. Brown doesn't have, he's not mentally,
I don't think he's unstable.
he doesn't have mental illness.
No.
Hey, maybe he's got some ego and diva. Of
course.
He's a professional wide receiver. But honestly, I don't
think that way.
I don't think that there's anything unusual with A.J. Brown and his behavior. I don't. You think Devontae Smith is happy with the passing offense? He's not. He's just not A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith, he's got nothing. No, but he's got nothing to say. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith probably just bites his lip and MFs everybody under his breath.
Yeah.
And he's a silent killer. I love Devontae
And to his
Smith.
boys.
Exactly. Yeah, he's not going around yapping his gums around the locker room about this guy or that guy. He's telling his boys, and he's business, and he's a good teammate. AJ has he has a much different
He
personality.
carries the helmet back at him and goes, this is BS, and verbalizes it to, he's not talking to anyone in particular, but he's saying it.
Correct.
And the thing is, he's hard to replace. He's not an easy guy to replace. Is he generational? That people use that term too much. I'm not going to get into that. But is he easy to replace? Hell no.
No, not if the
He ain't easy to replace.
And the Eagles have struggled to get replacements at some positions. And just because you say you're going to replace him doesn't mean that you're going to. So,
and that guy's going to be as good or better.
So if you were going to trade him and you say, well, we'll use look at the Titans. They drafted Treylon Burks with a first-round draft pick to replace A.J. Brown. Treylon Burks isn't in the league anymore.
Yeah.
It wasn't that many years ago
He's
that
in
they
the
drafted
CFL
him.
now.
I don't think he's probably on a practice squad. 610-632-0975. All right, I promise. Ray, you just have to not let me talk and go right into the open when we get back.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds
right
good.
into the open because I do want to talk. I'm dying to talk about the Phillies. We play back or pack with
Ranger Suarez.
Ranger Suarez. That's next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
John Kincade, Andrew Salciunas. And who should start to pack?
Pack your bags.
See ya! And I wouldn't want to be here. It's time for Back or Pack on Middays with Marks.
All right, Ranger Suarez, back or pack? And I'm going to let Ray start off today.
Oh, I like that.
And we'll start specifically with you're running the Philadelphia Phillies. Everything that you know, everything that you know, salaries, how much money they're going to spend, all that stuff. Are you bringing Ranger Suarez back? And I think part of the question is because some people may say, well, yeah, just give him 2 years and $40 million. Like, no, you have to be realistic on what he's going to get in the free agent market and what it's going to cost you. So, Ray Dunn, back or pack?
I'm giving him that qualifying offer. If your free agent run here ends up falling apart, hey, come on back to us. Otherwise, you got to pack, unfortunately. I love Ranger Suarez. He's been one of my favorite Phillies for the last couple of years. He's unflappable in the big moments. He's a really, really good pitcher when he's on. when you look at what he could give you year in and year out, there are stretches that he is the best pitcher in the National League. There are also stretches where he's not available because he hasn't been able to get himself through the 200 innings, and there's stretches when he comes back from that where he's a guy with a 5 ERA. I'd love to have him there at the end. I'd love to have him in October when it counts. I'd love to go with the Dodgers line of thinking where if we just pay a ton of pitchers, eventually they're all going to be healthy at the right time, a la what you're seeing right now with their starting rotation. The reality is Middleton's not going to go as deep into his pockets as that Dodger ownership is. And with that, Scott Boras is going to try and get Ranger Suarez top dollar.
110 plus.
He's not getting 110 plus. He'll get a 3-year 75
because he's 30.
3 years. He's not a frontline pitcher. Taijuan Walker got $18 million a year. Ranger Suarez is so much better than Taijuan Walker. So he'll be looked at as this guy can pitch, but he doesn't pitch deep in the games a lot.
Yep. And
there's going to be a period over the course of a season that he's either fatigued and not good, or
not
he's
available.
injured. Yeah. Or he's injured.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: what else is out there? Who's he competing with?
Well, that's a good question.
That's a big part of the equation.
Let's just say that somebody's going to be willing to give him $100 million on 4 years.
Yeah.
And I would, dude. Here's what I'm saying: if I'm a team that needs a starter. Yeah, what do I care? Should $25 million a year? Sure.
Yeah.
If I'm a team that has a high payroll and needs a starter, he's the guy that walks in and everybody else in the clubhouse says, I like this guy a lot. Great personality, fun, ice in the veins. Like they're the kind of guys.
Part of the winner.
Yes, he's the kind of guy you want on your team.
That's the addition you want. And all of a sudden it elevates everything. And what does it do? It slots everybody different. It slots the positioning and importance of other players totally different.
It does.
It's so the impact and trickle-down effect of adding a guy like that is huge. I think he'll be more valued on the open market than he will be in the local market. And I agree. I don't know that John Middleton will want to. Those areas might be too uncomfortable for him.
So just
because he sees him up close and sees that he's not available too much.
So
doesn't go deep.
Before we play the other side of it, I'm seeing anywhere from 4 to 115, 4 104, more years getting to 160. 6 years. Someone give him 6 years.
To 37 years, that's too long. I could see 4 to 5 years, 110, 115.
Okay, I agree.
I think that's about the sweet spot.
So right now your pitching staff is...
If I'm the Mets, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Wheeler is... We don't know if he's going to pitch next year or not. I almost going into the season, I say, I'm not going to rely on Wheeler. If he's there, awesome.
Great.
That's great. But I can't go in being like, he should be there. Unless there's more information that comes out and says, no, he'll be good by July or whatever it is. So, you have to make decisions probably
that could turn out to be a blessing, by the way.
It could be. Yeah, then he's fresh to in the playoffs. Right now you have Sanchez, Luzardo, Nola, Painter, Taijuan Walker under contract. I really don't think anybody else because they traded Abel, so he's not around to be a potential fifth starter. So right now you could have 5 if you made Painter a fourth starter, which is, in my opinion, not a great idea.
No, I would try and go out and get somebody better.
Well, he needs to be in the rotation, and I'm actually fine with Taijuan Walker because he's under contract. You're going to have to eat a lot of the contract to get rid of him. He's actually pretty good this year. He's overpaid, but pretty good this year.
For a fifth starter, yeah, why not? Roll him out there.
And then you have Wheeler coming back. If they're not going to try to re-sign Ranger, I think you have to try to extend Luzardo then.
Yeah.
Because he has 1 more year left on his contract. You got to make sure that he's under contract for a couple of years because if Wheeler doesn't come back and he's healthy. But you need three Sanchez, Luzardo, and Zach Wheeler, I'm ready. Let's go.
The thing is with Wheeler that scares the hell out of me is that obviously the injury and what he's dealt with, but he's 35 years old at this point. Is the arm going to come back to where it was? Is he going to be shot? I mean, he's defied the odds already at 34, 33 years old. 35, you're starting to get to a really close tipping point.
Yeah.
You really are. So
can you bring him back, Ray? Because we know
you can.
We know that it's how the team is constructed. I mean, Nola. Well, now people hate Nola, so they'll be happy. But I was saying this at the beginning of last season before people realized he wasn't going to turn it around. You can literally thank Aaron Nola for Ranger Suarez not coming back.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Nola was overvalued. This was an ownership decision because there's no way Dave Dombrowski goes 7 years on Aaron Nola. This is where John Middleton says He was a first-round draft pick. He means a lot
We've
to
invested.
the organization. He's been he's one of the best pitchers they've ever drafted.
Yeah.
And we don't want him to go to the Braves. So he comes back, and then you see, in I think, was that year 2 or year 3 of the contract? 2?
Year 2.
2.
Oh, great. Year 2 of the contract.
Too early.
I called him the Joe Blanton of this pitching staff as it related to the Joe Blanton of the great staff that they had back
With
then.
Halladay, Cliff Lee.
Yeah, the aces. The aces staff.
We're aces.
And you would
Roy
have
Oswalt.
thought that I kicked somebody's dog or I insulted a pregnant woman.
How dare you call him Joe Blanton?
And then people were, oh, this guy sucks. Let's get rid of him.
Yeah.
Is there any way?
He's the punching bag.
Is there any way? So he's got 5 years and 125 left on his contract. Ray, do you think there's any way that a team would say, yeah, we could use Aaron Nola
Change the scenery.
for $125 million?
Does he have a no trade clause in that as well? I'm not positive what they negotiated in there. I have to go look at that. But no, I don't think there's another team that's sitting there like 5 years of a guy in his 30s that spent a considerable amount of time on the injured list.
Well, that
this
had
year.
a 6 ERA. No, it was like a rhetorical question. I was expecting you to say no. So, in other words, you have to keep Aaron Nola because that's one of the other canned responses you get is, we'll just trade Aaron Nola. Oh, okay.
Well, yeah,
Sure.
but you have to have a GM on the other side that's going to be an absolute idiot to acquire him. That's the thing with the trade thing in talk radio sometimes. Well, just trade this guy for this guy. So, in other words, put out your trash, and they're going to leave you a big gold brick there for it.
All right, coming up, see what we have, Jason? 76er ticket giveaway. We have Sixers.
Mr.
text
NBA is in the
trivia.
house. Can I be a lifeline?
Yeah, Jason, when he worked with Mike used to mock him because he was Mr. Hockey, but then Jason would be able to get NBA trivia questions.
I'd
and Mike
blow his
didn't know.
mind.
Yep.
I would blow his mind. He wouldn't be able to believe it.
Yep. Can he do it today? I don't know. I'm not in charge of the question, but first person on the text line, and the text line, Ray, is 610-632-0975. It's a dual line. It's like your own phone.
Cool. That's pretty cool.
They can call you or text you.
610-632.
The first person that has the correct answer wins a pair of tickets.
I'm going to get my text ready.
That's simple. That's coming up next. You're not eligible. That's coming up next.
I'm only part-time.
And your phone calls.
I thought I
Middays
could
with
win
Mars.
prizes.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Change on the way. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. It's brought to you by Groundworks, your trained and certified experts for basement waterproofing and foundation repair since 1997. Book your free inspection at groundworks.com. Tomorrow, Rob Thompson and Dave Dombrowski will meet with the media at 11 o'clock as the Phillies will kick off their off-season after losing last week to the Dodgers in 4 games in the NLDS. Jason Stark joined Unfiltered yesterday, spoke about John Middleton's desire to stay competitive and Dombrowski's ability to make a bold move.
He wants to be good and stay good. And so that's a tough needle to thread, but I've seen Dave thread it. And I would really be surprised if there aren't some wow moves this winter.
Elsewhere where this fan base is looking for wow is the Eagles' offense, which has not looked good over the first 6 games of the season. Birds sit at 4-2, and yesterday, offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo addressed the media, said they need to run better, trying to stay out of 3rd and long. Vic Fangio also addressed the media. He's leaning towards Adoree Jackson as his starting quarter, Keely Ringo, but there's not an update on Quinyon Mitchell, so there's a chance that both those players have to go Sunday against the Vikings in Minnesota. That game at 1 o'clock as the Birds try to bounce back from back-to-back losses. This update's also brought to you by Mattress Firm. Hurry, Mattress Firms, upgrade your sleep sales and soon find your perfect bed and save big on better rest today. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
right, Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Running into so many old faces.
I'm John Marks. You were Jason Martinez. Well, you did work here for a long time.
Yeah, I worked with that guy Jim at the other place here.
So I didn't work with. I don't know who. I don't know.
Jim Ivanisi. Yeah, he's a great drummer. See his band all the time. He's a big Neil Peart fan.
He's in a band.
Yeah, good dude. Real good dude.
See that Ray's in a band too, but it's a boy band.
What?
And they do cover songs.
You're in a boy like so you'll do like what? Like what boy band will you do?
I mean, we try to cover just about everything.
Are you a soprano?
A little bit, a little bit.
Not a tenor.
No, he's not the Justin Timberlake.
He doesn't sound like a tenor to me.
No, and you're not the Joey Fatone, or I'm struggling to fight. He's more like a Backstreet Boy than NSYNC.
No, I'm not really the front man of what happens here. But, I'm more
You're
the
an ensemble.
offstage. Yeah, I'm obviously ensemble. Yeah. Listen,
All right.
I let other people shine because, I have the radio thing, and I don't want, to take the shine out.
And you got a good voice, yeah.
He's got enough going on. He doesn't need to be the star of the boy band.
I want to be the star backstage.
Being the star's
I
not
don't
a
really
bad
want to be
thing,
the star
though.
on stage.
And Justin Timberlake's not living a bad existence there, Johnny Marks.
And for that reason, he doesn't disclose the name of the band because he doesn't want people to know.
He doesn't want to use
Correct.
this.
Right.
Well, I would say that's stupid. Use this to benefit yourself.
I actually only perform sunglasses on and a hat, so it really doesn't look like me.
Oh, my goodness.
So
He's going to sing for me during the break for sure.
Here's a good question for feedback. And this is the first time you'll be doing feedback. At the end of the program, you can text 610-632-0975. Please specify it's for feedback and put your name and location. Or there's an email address, Jason. And it took...
It's working.
It's working, but it took...
Is it an AOL account?
I wish it was. It's 975feedback at 975thefanatic.com if people want to do a little bit of a longer message.
Okay.
End of the show, our AI voice will spit out what was said and give it to us.
Okay.
All right, so here's my question. What should the name of Ray's boy cover band be?
How many people are in the band?
4 of us.
So there's 4, so there's got to be a quattro.
Right. That's up to them.
Quattro Ducho.
It's pretty good off the top of your head.
Quattro Ducho. We do Spanish boy band. We're Quattro Ducho.
Unfortunately, they don't speak Spanish, I don't think.
It doesn't matter. They're Quattro Ducho.
Speak plenty of languages.
That's a good one. All right, so we have that. We'll get back some phone calls as well. But we promise, we've got to pay off the tees, Jason. Got to pay off the tees. Because we have a pair of 76ers tickets. This is Sixers ticket trivia. And again, Sixers are kicking off the season. It's a fun activity. They're in the city. It's time to spot the Sixers. Keep your eye on the Sixers social media accounts at Sixers for info that leads you straight to the 76ers surprise landmark in Philadelphia. I think it's the library in Kensington or the Kensington Allegheny. You think Franklin the Dog's there?
You think that's where they're at today?
Probably not. So just look for it and find them. And there's a ton of great stuff they have for you right there, including a jersey. Tickets are on sale. Ticketmaster.com/76ers. Ray Dunn has been given the task of coming up with the trivia questions, and he has the one for the 11 o'clock hour. Right.
All right. Since we're throwing it back to the black uniforms, the last time the 76ers wore them was in the 2008-2009 season. They went 41-41. It's not exactly the most memorable of all seasons. There were 3 players that started all 82 games of that season. There was the 2 Andres, Iguodala and Miller. You name the third one for us, and the first one to name that third player, you get the pair of tickets.
On the text line, 610-632-0975. The first correct answer on the text line wins the tickets. Give it to us again, Ray.
All right. Last time they wore the black uniforms, the 08-09 season, 3 players.
I know who it is.
Started all 82 games of that season. Andre Iguodala, Andre Miller, you name the third player, and you get the pair of tickets.
I guarantee I have it.
I have no idea.
I don't know how to spell his name.
I honestly, Jason, I don't even want to think to try to get it because that's how. All right. Okay. All right.
You think that's right?
I just see the.
I remember that team. Andre Miller was a better player, people, by the way.
Andre Miller was a good player.
He was a good player.
He was a good player.
Yeah. Mo Cheeks was a coach, I think. Am I correct about that?
How do you know this?
Mo Cheeks began the season as the coach.
Oh,
and Tony DeLeo took over.
Tony DeLeo, and he actually did a really good job.
He did, yes. I remember Tony DeLeo.
And then they hired Jim O'Brien.
Yeah, because they finished exactly 500.
So don't say it. 6-1. You know the answer. I would have had you gave the answer. I would have had no idea. None. I don't know when he left. That's my problem with a lot of these.
That's where I'm a little shaky on him as well. Lou Williams was on that team. He was turned into one of the great six men in the league.
I was sad that he never came back. I don't know if it's he won back or
Theo Ratliff was still here at that time.
No,
and yeah, I think he was. And
No,
I
that
think he played a role with him.
that was
He came back.
He came. Oh, so he came
Yeah.
back late.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude,
Because remember he got hurt when he was at 42 and 14 in 2001.
I'm not worthy to even have this.
I'm like Rain
conversation
Man.
with you. What are you doing?
don't know
Studying?
basketball.
Mo Spates on that team, I bet.
So I saw Mo Spates at the Luke Oil up here on City Avenue. He was buying a Tahitian treat after practice.
I could see him blowing up like a wood tick after playing. Is he big?
It was when he was playing. This
Okay.
is like 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
All right.
All right. Do we have it? Do we have an answer?
We do have an answer.
So we have the first
All right,
correct answer.
Can I see if I have it right?
Yes.
Is it Sammy Dallenberg? I got
Jesus
it.
Christ.
You see it right there. Where's the camera? Dallenberg. I don't know if I spelled it right.
That's
Sammy
incredible.
Dallenberg. Yeah. And most Spates was on that team, right?
Yes, Mo Spates was on that team.
Cheeks and Tony DeLeo.
Yep.
And Theo Ratliff, I do believe, was
Ratliff
on
was
that
back.
team. He did come back.
46
Yes.
games.
That's what I said. I'm not worthy.
Mr. NBA.
I remember.
I'm doing intermissions for the Sixers this year.
I remember Theo coming back. I just would have never thought.
So you
that he
remember
was on the
42 and
team.
14 and when he got hurt in 2000, and they bring
about
in
it.
obviously what's his name? Why can't I can't think of like the greatest shot blocker of all time.
Dikembe
Mutombo.
Mutombo.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
passed
hated
away.
that trade.
Yeah, I did too.
Loved Dikembe, hated the trade.
Yeah. So there you go. Sammy Dallenberg.
Sammy D.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Bill in Harleysville.
Bill, congratulations, man. Thanks for listening.
I can't believe
Appreciate
I got it.
I can believe you used to do this all the time.
I know, it drove Mike crazy. He would. How do you know that? I have weird memory.
So Ray,
I have no idea who the producer is that we're working with. I don't know his name. If you gave him like a 19-digit number, I'd know his name, but I don't. What's his name? Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have this weird thing like where I know numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
But I never remember. I can meet somebody and 2 seconds later I have no idea what they're.
it's like when I play blackjack, I can't sleep for days because anytime I close my eyes, if I play a night of blackjack, yeah, I can't sleep for days because I just
It's like when you
numbers.
played Tetris for too long.
I can't sleep for days.
Tetris would kill me.
It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing.
Sammy Dallenberg, boys.
Congratulations. Good job.
I guess I won the tickets. Good job.
Let's get to Mark. Mark in Boston. Mark, actually, you know what? Hang on a second. I want to be on time for one break today. We will start with your phone call on the other side.
Let's go for 1 for 12 today.
Okay, let's do it.
right.
I just don't want to be rushed off the phone. He's got something to say with the Eagles, and I don't want to waste this today. So maybe I'll just do it again tomorrow, Friday. I think they lose on Sunday. I don't think it's as easy as this team just snapping their fingers and saying we'll fix everything. What you saw against the Giants on Thursday night was bad. 610-632-0975. Your reaction to back or pack and everything else we're talking about. It's Middays with Marks 97.5 The Fanatic.
John Kincade, Andrew Salciunas, and
right, we're back. Middays with Marks, 97.5, The Fanatic.
I can't believe you didn't know that I won the theology award 3 years in a row at Malvern Prep. Mike found that out. Somebody texted him a picture of the.
Maybe I just
plaque.
forgot.
Yeah.
I sometimes I feel bad when because my kids they don't even know the basic things about religion and church, and it's like, all right, like, am I doing my job as a parent? That they barely know who Jesus is. Yeah. I'm not a religious person, and I'm like, oh, I'm not.
Were you ever?
Went to Catholic school? Of course not. How can you be religious and go to CCD?
It's true. Good point.
You know what I mean? Like,
I tend to agree with the previous caller.
It's a joke.
No, you're right. I was. And then I was disenchanted. This is a whole different thing. I'm more spiritual now.
I'm very spiritual.
I'm very spiritual.
Oh, by the way,
I do a lot of meditation.
By the way, when I say that I feel like I fail as a parent with the religion stuff, I'm not kidding. I do be like, that's not the way I should allow them to make their
That's
own
part of
decisions.
being a parent. You feel like you're failing all the time.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There's not enough hours in the day.
I want them to make their own opinion, and I have to be able to give them something to where they can decide for themselves.
It's a baseline guidance is what you want to give.
Whatever. I got bigger problems to worry about.
You do. Damn right you do.
All right, so Mark from Boston is calling. Mark, how are you, buddy? What's going on?
Marks, what's going on?
What are you doing in Boston, man?
Hello?
Yeah, what are you doing in Boston?
I live in Boston.
Are you from here?
Yeah, I'm from Philly, but I live in Boston.
Do you listen to the Sports Hub up there, our sister station?
Oh no, I listen to you guys. Listen to the other one that you used to work at a lot, and then when I don't like that show and it gets stale, I go back and forth.
So you go back and forth.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Well, it's nice to talk to you. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we all know this. We've seen this story before. They can't get off the field on third down, and so if the other team is always getting the ball at the 40. They only have to go 20 yards to get into field goal range every time. Best case scenario. So what's the answer? We're short on personnel. Well, you can't scheme your way. Like, that Wentz is good enough to light us up like a Christmas tree. He is. Come on. We all know it.
If to your point, like when you talk about scheme, it's tough, but at least this year you have Fangio to where he says, you know what, we can't stop the run. We're going to sell it against the run, and even though I have Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson, we're going to take our chances. You can't do that against the Vikings because you will lose and you will lose badly. So what do? And that's why I think this is a bad spot for them this week. I can't get Scatterbo out of my head running through that defense that whole fourth quarter. I can't get it out of my head, Mark.
Because you want him here too.
Let me just say, I want them to win in the worst way, but it's not logical. You see it on. You see the body language, like they're light. They know they're light on personnel. It's a personnel issue more than it's a coaching issue.
Mark, this week may be one of the worst third down conversion weeks in NFL history.
Thanks, Mark.
Eagles are 27th in the NFL on third down efficiency. Minnesota, 30th on third down efficiency. So the thing you have to also consider, though, is the Eagles on fourth down efficiency. Because they use fourth down a lot. It's 1st and 8 a lot of times for the Eagles because of the tush push.
Right.
So you have to consider that.
But yet they've still struggled because then they're 2nd and 7 as opposed to being 2nd and 4.
But again, it goes back to this other element of there's a half where there's not a third down they can not convert, and then the other half there's a third down where he didn't have a completion the entire half.
Right.
The quarterback did.
It's almost impossible. Ray, he said that this is more personnel than coaching. Would you agree with that?
Ooh,
defensively? No,
sure.
The whole team. I agree 100%. The offensive line not being the top offensive line or not a top offensive line has ruined this offense. Literally, it's ruined the offense. It's ruined the quarterback, and it's ruined the running game. It's
killed Saquon.
Yeah, it's killed him.
They stacked the middle, and they've just bottled him up all year, and that changes everything for them.
Do you find any differential between personnel and health?
But the available personnel right now and their health, how they're playing.
There's ability, and availability is part of ability.
But I think
the best ability, some would say.
Yeah,
I think the counter is, well, it looks that bad because you don't have a coaching staff that doesn't have a clue to make an adjustment to an adjustment.
Well, they did, but it took long to get Fred Johnson in there.
How about you? If you complete one pass and a half, that's because the defense can't get off the field and you can't do anything on offense. You're having 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
By the way, 112 degree heat, Chip Kelly style, trying to kill your guys.
Yep. I mean,
one of the breaks, John, was 92 seconds of real time. The defense was back on the field at 112 degrees. That's insane.
And that's when once the NFL figured out, just have one of our guys lay on the ground and say he got banged up, and it stops the Chip Kelly pace.
Yeah.
And because when this team is at their best, they're making plays. Jalen's making plays on the run with his arm, on the run with his legs, and they're able to run pace. You can't run pace unless you get first downs.
Yeah.
So you can't be second and 7.
Got to move the chains.
Yeah, you can't be second and 7 and you're running pace.
Nope.
So and they can't get first downs.
Yeah.
So they'll have a good half, but then when you're like stuck in cement almost you have one half of a game you're stuck in cement on offense, almost the entire time. Well, all right. So what about defense? Because it's not coaching on defense. It's absolutely personnel on defense.
Well,
they
Fangio didn't have a great week last week. It's a hard week.
Agreed.
The Giants shredded them.
If you can't get to the quarterback and you have a Dory Jackson or Keely Ringo out there, or both of them, as it was last week, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. I mean, that's your weakest point. They say you're only as good as your weakest point. That's your weakest point.
Right.
We were a little worried about the safety position with Drew Makuba, but he's been pretty good so far. You worry about his health and his sustainability, his size, but you don't worry about Cooper DeJean. Obviously, you don't worry about Quinton Mitchell and some of the guys up front, but they're not generating enough. They've been blitzing them much, much more this year than they did last year.
Go to Chuck in New York. Chuck, go ahead. How are you?
Hey, John. I love the new show. First time calling in. Let me start by saying this is not a solution that I think should be had or made, but I think the proof is in the pudding slightly. Like, what are your thoughts on bringing CJ, GJ back and doing the unthinkable and what we don't want to do, but moving Coop outside while we're in this conundrum of deciding between Keely, Adoree, or both? Like, let's add, like, if we're weak in the fourth quarter against that bum Scattlebow, like, I want that energy. I want that energy that CJ, GJ brings. I know he's a pain.
Yeah, I think it's more than that.
There.
But you know what, Chuck?
I think you might be shot.
You brought up the energy and the attitude when you need somebody on defense to step up. And I don't know what game it was last year, but that fourth down play that he made in the running game, where he came up and he stopped somebody in their tracks, and it was like, damn, that was a really good play. He's not some
Jags.
Was it the Jags? Whatever it was a huge pivotal play, and he stopped them on fourth down. And like the impact that he had on the defense last year, it's also what they missed in 2023 and what they had in 2022.
Man.
The guy's just such a knucklehead. I mean, he's been released now twice after the Eagles traded him.
Yeah.
So
I know.
It's tough to bring him back if teams don't want
you reach the tipping point of the juice is not worth a squeeze anymore. You just can't do it. You run out of patience for it. But do you believe Howie's going to do something? Because he's not a guy to sit on his hands. Remember the Super Bowl year? Jay Ajayi, right?
So you would
got him.
You would bring and moves. So here's a question, Chuck. I don't think they're bringing CJ GJ back. Something tells me that
it would have already happened.
That everybody, all the above said no, it's not worth them bringing back. And Fangio doesn't like nonsense. And if this guy's fighting internally he was fighting with Slay at the end of the year and whatever else. He's a lot, and he was an excellent player. But is it, do you move Cooper DeJean to full-time outside corner? If it was that easy, I think they would have already done it.
Yeah, I thought they were good. I thought it was under consideration a lot in preseason.
But Ray, isn't the reason why he plays this Swiss Army knife position because it's best suited for him? And if you left him out, like Quinton Mitchell is not a safety or a Swiss Army knife. He is a cover corner, and he's one of the best. He's unbelievable.
He's shutdown corner.
I don't know. I think DeJean, I don't know what he would look like in that role full time.
Yeah, I don't know what he'd look like out there either. And to be fair, like that nickel corner position is one of the toughest positions in football to master. He's mastered it. There's a chance that you just go put him outside and you create two problems trying to solve one.
Yeah.
Or he's not as good outside,
yourself.
and then you're in trouble in the middle. Like one of the big things that he's such a great tackler, to have him in the middle of the field is big for you. If you're taking him isolated outside and you have a receiver that's taking him to the edge of the field,
you lose that element.
You lose that effectiveness.
Yeah.
All right, coming up.
I think Howie does something because How he type of dude just sit around on his hands?
You need defensive ends.
Well, he doesn't. Guys are retiring.
You need defensive ends. Can you name the Eagles' 4 defensive ends right now, Jason Bertitas?
Well, Ladarius just left.
Jalix Hunt, Patrick Johnson, Azeez Ojulari, and Josh Uche.
Yeah.
They have 1 sack between them.
And that was Ojulari, right?
Yeah.
In the second game of the year, I think it was.
So Patrick, I don't even know.
Yeah.
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
All right, busy 12 o'clock hour coming up, and it starts with the news at noon.
Where's Trent Green when you need him? Or not Trent Green.
Trent Cole?
Trent Cole, yeah. Where's Trent Cole when you need him? Remember the crazy eyes he had?
Killing deer with a bow and arrow.
I guarantee you're right. Him and Fletch.
He's hunting something. Yeah, him and Fletch. They're hunting something. Big 12 o'clock hour. It starts with news at noon with Ray Dunn, which is going to be very entertaining. As always, it is Middays with Marks with Jason Bertitas, Ray Dunn, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Change on the way. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Tomorrow, Rob Thompson and Dave Dombrowski will meet with the media at 11 o'clock as the Phillies will kick off their offseason after losing last week to the Dodgers in 4 games. Jason Stark joined Unfiltered yesterday, spoke about John Middleton's desire to stay competitive and Dombrowski's ability to make a bold move.
He wants to be good and stay good. And so that's a tough needle to thread. But I've seen Dave thread it. And I would really be surprised if there aren't some wow moves this winter.
Fan base also looking for some wow from the Eagles offense as they need to make some changes after a struggle through 6 games, and especially the last 2 games, back-to-back losses for the Birds now at 4-2. Kevin Patullo met with the media yesterday, talked about running the football better, staying out 3rd and long. Vic Fangio also met with the media, said he's leaning on Dory Jackson to start at corner. Did not have an update to give on Quinyon Mitchell as they get ready for the Minnesota Vikings this weekend out there in Minnesota Sunday at 1 o'clock. This update is brought to you by Electrical Workers Local 269 and the Electrical Training Alliance, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 269, NECA, and the Electrical Training Alliance can offer a career with no college debt. To learn more, go to IBEW269.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
Jason was on 97.5 thefanatic.com earlier this morning.
That's right.
And you click the listen live button. I actually go to the app.
You do everything through the app?
I go to the app, yeah. Herb from Northeast Philly is he's online. He texted me and said, "When are you putting me on? I've been holding for 2 hours."
I'll put him on.
We got the news at noon. This is a short segment. All right, so how about this? Next segment.
That's the news at noon right for you.
All right, well, let's see. If we get through the news at noon, then we can put Herb on.
Can I read some tweets too? Eventually?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the news at noon.
All right. Well, let's first tell you, you're listening to 97.5 The Fanatic, WPEN, and WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, Beasley Media Group station broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. The 12 o'clock hour also, Jason, brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing for 48 months, rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com. Time for the news at noon.
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the news at noon
That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
That's right, news at noon time. The stories you don't care about from the radio host, you certainly don't care about. We got a text in that people don't like that tagline. I think it's demeaning to me. I came up with the tagline.
So it's self-deprecating, which people like, but I think we don't need to say that every day. I think we've evolved past that, and you should just get back into the.
You got to get real professional.
Yeah.
This is Ray Dunn at the announcer's
The
desk.
12 o'clock news.
Yeah.
Here's your news at noon.
Yeah, get like Walter Cronkite, your hero.
My hero.
Yes.
My favorite of all of the news anchors that I know about.
How about the most bastardized news thing in the world? Breaking news. Everything's breaking news now.
There is no breaking news.
There's no breaking news.
This means someone tweeted something out.
Breaking news used to mean something, like a tsunami's coming.
But that's why you need team coverage, and that's what we provide you here at 97.5.
Oh, team
coverage of breaking news.
All right, and we cover the teams.
Ray Dunn.
Now, breaking news. Lane Kiffin had a presser yesterday. We're just getting to it. Lane Kiffin, he's on a bit of a heater. Obviously, Ole Miss haven't quite the season. He's tempting fate a little bit with this one because now he's starting to talk trash on Kirby Smart. And not about Kirby Smart's coaching, not about his team, but about Kirby Smart himself. Lane Kiffin got an interesting question and went an interesting way with it yesterday during his press conference.
Off the wall question, you and Kirby are probably some of the more demonstrative coaches on the field. Who do you think burns more calories in a game, you or him?
I don't know. That's a good question. I walked by the TV and saw his press conference today, so it don't look like he's burned too many calories.
Well, that's like when Jimmy Johnson called Buddy Ryan fat.
He ran his old big fat rear end out of there. Yep.
Wow, that is a really weird question.
I agree with you. I look at that question and I know you're trying to be funny or whatever.
He's trying to have a moment.
Yeah, but
do your job.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Thinking about himself.
Yeah, Lane Kiffin is Lane Kiffin. It shouldn't surprise you that he says anything. Would you hire Lane Kiffin? You're a Penn Stater. Would you hire Lane Kiffin at Penn State?
I'd consider it.
Is Matt Rule a lock to come back to Penn State?
It seems like it. I mean, he's a state college kid. Obviously,
he answered the question like he was going to take the job.
Yeah. You kidding me? Would he say no? No way. He'd love to move back there. The cost of living in state college,
so
he'd live in a McMansion.
If you say if he wouldn't say no, then he's going to get the job because they're going to try to get him.
Yeah, they're going to get him. That's who's going to be the next head coach, and I'm thrilled because I think it was time to move on from Franklin. You and I talked about this on the phone the other day. We're not in agreement on this.
Well, no,
I've had enough.
No, No, that's not true. What I'm saying is that I don't they should have fired him, but it's an overreaction. If he was the best thing ever,
how can they should have fired him, but it be an overreaction?
Because 3 weeks earlier, everybody told me Franklin's great. Screw you. See that? Franklin is a good coach. He was just in the conference semifinals.
You have more information now.
3 games.
You have more information. He lost to UCLA.
They were a top 5 program that was just in the college football semifinals, and they fired him because of 3 games.
Yeah, because they suck.
It's insane. They should have, but everybody should have agreed that before. They should have said, you know what? No, get Franklin out of here. And I know that a lot of Penn State fans did say that. But everybody that had to bust my balls because I said James Franklin sucks as a coach, well, screw you, because you're the first people to bail.
Well,
now I got to stand up for
Franklin. Here's the thing, though. It's not just about this year. It's about many years.
It was about
of
this
failing in big moments.
They were a top 5 team 3 weeks before. It's not just about this year.
And where are they now?
Well, they lost 3 straight games.
Okay, so if Nick Sirianni gets the doors blown off in the next 3 weeks, are you going to call for his job here on the John Marks program?
But guess what? I ain't the Eagles. I'm a dummy with a microphone in front of them.
Well, that is true.
And they're in administration. All right? And they're not going to have to pay him out anyway. He's going to get a job somewhere else. They're not going to have to pay him.
Mitigated salary.
All right, what else do you have there, Ray?
All right, I got an interesting moment in the ALCS broadcast from the other night. I don't know why during the ALCS you're breaking out the turkey in the middle of the game. Like, that feels like an August game for the Phillies in a season where you're going to win 70 games.
It was Canadian Thanksgiving.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, all
and
right.
they were in Canada.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Now I know why you're breaking up the turkey. I didn't do that much research into this story.
Only a hockey guy would know that.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Because in hockey, we always have to say, if you're not a playoff team by American Thanksgiving, then there's an 80% chance you're not going to make it. People go, why do you always say American Thanksgiving? Well, because Canadian Thanksgiving was on Monday.
Oh, wow.
What does it signify, though?
I have no clue.
It
probably signifies that all these friggin' Canadians got to leave their cottage where they like to spend their summer with no cell phone and not work. That's what they like to do. They want the season to end earlier so they can get to their cottage.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, what do you got?
Even with that,
I love it.
having the turkey during the ALCS broadcast doesn't seem to serve much of a purpose for me. It's the ALCS. Let's be a little bit more professional with it. But Joe Davis got to ask John Smoltz quite the question.
Longer because I'm chowing down the commercial.
Are you more of a breast or leg meat guy?
Breast.
Okay, we did that right.
Which got aggregated as him asking a very different question.
Okay. Yeah, I would go.
I'm a breast guy, too.
Yeah. Now, if you're talking about the chicken butt or the turkey butt, I would go butt.
You like the rump roast?
Correct.
I didn't know you were an ass man.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
I like the breast.
Don't get me wrong. Like you said, I like turkey breast too.
Yeah. I'm a breast man, and my wife had a breast reduction.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Well, we were talking about turkeys here, right?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about turkeys too.
Yeah, I did too. And she got a reduction. All of a sudden, we weren't talking about those anymore. Oh, won't see those no more.
Any more, Ray?
All right, last one for you here. Celtics head coach yesterday, Joe Mazzulla, had his availability. The media was scheduled to have their media game after his availability, and he broke the news to them that it wasn't going to be media versus media for that game.
No, but I don't want to break it to you, but you're not fighting if you're trying to fight against the coaches.
Oh, no. Celtics media went on to score 4 points against the coaches. My question for you, Philadelphia, build your media starting 5 to take on Nick Nurse and his coaching staff.
That I can actually play?
Can I get Sirianni on my team?
Philly media.
No,
Just
I know,
media.
but Sirianni can actually play, and he's crazy.
And he would be a good motivator and hold people accountable.
For sure.
He'd be good in the room.
Nick Nurse would probably be injured because Sirianni's a goon.
I'll put Kevin Cooney in the middle. And he's our center. All right, we got Kevin Cooney. D's got to have a good jumper from the outside, no?
I would assume D's mid-range game's pretty good.
Yeah, she's got a good mid-range game. What about Deuces Rogers?
I mean, I guess I'm trying to think who, like Skavers. Pat Gallen would have to start CBS 3.
Yeah.
Because he played in high school.
Yeah.
Our old buddy
That was a good
Devon.
athlete.
Devon would have to be considered. Yeah, he's bringing up all Kevin Cooney and lineup. They're not cracking the starting 5.
I think Pat Gallen won the knockout the one year, didn't he?
He probably did.
Yeah. Murgatt's not in the business anymore. He won it.
Yep. So I'll say this, that if you're looking at which show would win in a 3-on-3 basketball competition, obviously Middays with Marks would be victorious.
So I am clearly not playing on this.
Right. We would have to get Harry or somebody.
I'm a distributor, not a shooter.
Right. So, because I know Ray, I'm not telling you that I'm a great player, but I'm a role player. I'll give you energy. I can rebound. I have a low post game, especially 3-on-3 half court.
Low post game, huh?
I do. Yeah,
you get the half court just because you can't run the full court.
And Colarulo's he's a meathead football player, and Ricky Bo's he thinks he'll play with a baseball. Yeah, he thinks he'll play with a baseball. He's
That's a
never
good
seen
point.
it back.
I knocked Ricky Bowe out knockout last year.
Right,
you
Just
did?
throwing that one out there. He threw the basketball at me. He was livid.
Oh, and he can
He
throw.
fouled me too. I made the shot. He fouled me, and then
he
threw a
fouled
basketball.
you?
Yeah,
That's an outrage.
great moment for me.
He should be fined for that.
Silvana it would be probably the deciding factor in who would win between. You can bring that down there, right?
Yeah, the morning crew is going to be upset hearing that. Andrew and Connor are going to be livid hearing you say that.
Yeah, I mean,
Salciunas is all about the baseball. He's just settled down.
Yeah, it's
Baseball
another one. But Salciunas also goes to the gym, so he still thinks that
They do summer runs.
Well, he's only got one kid, right?
great. They do summer runs.
He hasn't got double kid dad fat yet.
Here's the problem. They're too young. You need experience on your team.
That's it. Yep.
You need experience.
He's a little bit gray.
Damn, we got plenty.
We got plenty of that.
You need experience. We're not doing full court, and I'm in good cardiovascular shape. And I'm just telling you, we would take that. And then also, John would have to play, and we know it unless they put him out in the dunk position like Ben Simmons.
Well, he was an assistant coach on my high school hocky team.
Yeah, it's what exactly
many years ago.
Right. Yeah.
We used to love to throw pucks at his feet. We did. I swear to God, we did.
Why did you throw pucks at his feet?
We wanted to see him try and make him fall. Why else?
What? I've never seen a hockey practice. I don't know why else.
Oh, we'll bring you out to the barn. We'll show you one.
I'm ready to go to a game. We need it. We need to show
I
out.
coached for like 20 years, so I probably coached close to 1,000 games at different levels. So.
All right, let's talk
weird things.
Let's talk to Herb. Herb's going to be grumpy. Herb's already grumpy. Herb, I appreciate you holding, buddy. It's just that we get into some stuff or whatever, and I need the right time to bring you on. Hey, buddy.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right, Herb.
Well, it would help if you're ready. So let's fire away, pal.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Let's get to the business.
You're on the air, Herb.
Sheesh.
Okay, Johnny Marks.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, I got some info last night about the catcher from Baltimore. He's a switch hitter. He's a free agent.
All right, we got
the guy, Routsman or whatever. Okay, that's probably why they went and drafted 2 catchers in the draft in July. The one kid, Ike, you got Ike Irish from University of Auburn. The other kid's from Coastal Carolina. Lives over the
what's your Eagles point?
Okay.
No, but so hold on. So tell me. So he's a free agent. He's a free agent. So it's possible that the Phillies could target somebody other than JT.
Correct.
Huh.
Yes.
Do you know who the player is? I don't know who he's talking about.
The problem.
Nobody does.
The problem.
He's talking about Adley Rutschman.
Eagles,
who's not a free agent.
You got bad info.
Not a free agent.
No. Herb, do you have the internet?
Yeah, I have the internet.
You got the old dial-up modem?
So hang on. Who gave you this information, Herb? Because when you come on the show and you present...
A friend of mine.
Did you get it confirmed by another shirt? See, here's the thing. When you come on Middays... Hang on.
I'll check it myself.
When you come on Middays with Marks,
didn't.
Now it becomes a report, and it goes out there on the internet. It says Herb is reporting, and then now the Phillies are interested in this.
This is how it starts. They said on the Johnny Marks show, this guy's a free agent.
You should go work at WIP with this fake stuff.
Yeah, come on. Enough of it.
Yeah, right.
Herb, some of your best work today, pal.
Go ahead.
So anyway, what's that?
No, go ahead, buddy. We got you.
All right. So the biggest problem, okay, I see they got to sign Schwarber. Okay, because 81 games, he's selling the tickets, he's hitting the home runs.
Yep.
Okay, it's not because, let me say something. You paid Nola $27 million a year to pitch. Now, he was hurt, I understand. But he should have thrown 2 more innings. 2 more, he should have went to the 4th inning. Then brought Suarez in, and he would have did the 5, and we would have won the game. You wouldn't have had to go to your bullpen. Rob Thompson got a little nervous, okay?
Okay.
That's what happened. Now, he got a little nervous. Now, okay, this is about the Eagles. There's something going on with that offensive line. We know these guys are hurt. They're tired. They're not making all their blocks. Okay, on first down, you got to get 4 or 5 yards. They must get 4 or 5 yards every time there's a first down.
Right.
If they only get 1 yard or 2 yards, now they're 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. Okay, if they don't make a play, now they're looking at 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. You can't work like that.
Listen, Herb. I'm sorry, but I'm up against it. You're right. They're right. You did. Like Herb is a gift
He's an okay
from the
guy.
gods. He's a gift from the
me and Harry used to have an okay guy. He'd call him
okay.
This okay. So I called him the okay guy. The over-under on the OKs on that call from Herb was 13.5, and he slaughtered the over.
Be nice to Herb.
No, he's a good guy.
610-632-0975. All right, so we have another pair of tickets coming up at 12:30, 76ers ticket trivia or text trivia. There you go, for tickets. Something like that. 610-632-0975.
You're so well-versed.
We have Kevin Foley coming from a longtime NFL films producer.
Oh, cool.
That is now broken into, listen, he's doing content. And he reviews film, and he's specifically looking at the Eagles here, and he tells us what he sees. I talked to him about what he saw, and I think it's really, really good info he explains it for the layman like me out there of what he's seeing. He easily
can explain it in a way
diagnoses-
that we all can
Correct.
understand.
Because there's obviously issues with this team.
Yeah,
all over
no
the
question,
place.
No question about it. We'll read some tweets when we get back as well.
Yep, some tweets. All that's coming up. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Start your morning off right with some coffee and
All right, we're back. It is Middays with Marks with Martinez. Ray Diggity Dunn. We have one more pair of 76ers tickets that we will be. We're not giving them away because you have to earn it. Ray Dunn at 12:30 is going to ask you a Sixers text trivia. And the first person that texts in the correct answer wins the tickets. And the Sixers are out and about in the city. So keep an eye on your Sixers social media accounts at Sixers for info that leads you straight to the 76ers Supplies Landmark in Philly. When you find that spot, show up. If you're repping the 76ers, you could score big giveaways ranging from a classic 2001 memorabilia or an autographed hardwood classic edition jersey. So they have stuff for you. You just find them.
They do a great job embracing the nostalgia past uniforms and stuff like that. I think they do a great job with that.
Yeah, hip-hop's back. I'm so happy.
Yep.
Ticketmaster.com/76.
I've always been a big hip-hop guy. You know that.
Yeah, he's
Mr. Hip-Hop.
Yeah. Well, you love hip-hop. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you like hip-hop. That's coming up at 12.
Hip-hop trivia, too.
30. Is that the next question, Ray? Ray had one earlier that was a really tough question. Martinez got it correct in a second.
I think he's going to get this one.
I got my shot.
You do?
I think so.
Well, being that he knew Samuel Dallenberg played all 81 games.
This one's more current than that one.
Oh,
that might be tougher.
Yeah, see, he doesn't know current. He's one of these guys that only knows past.
Oh, all right. Well, in that case,
might be tougher. Yeah.
So now you know the kryptonite.
Oh, perfect.
Of NBA legend,
Mr. NBA.
Mr. NBA.
Come on, get it right. What's the matter with you?
Mr. NBA.
You don't know basketball.
We were talking about the top coaches or managers in the city as far as press conferences and sound bites, and we talked about Gabe Kapler and Doug.
Love it.
But Doc, he wasn't here as long as well, I guess he was here about as long as Doug.
It's a dumbass question.
Pretty good.
Doc gave you some really good stuff.
You know, I thought actually gave you really good stuff was Larry Brown, even though it was in the most monotone sound ever.
Well, as far as like we're talking about just sound bites to play on drop boards. Larry Brown Brown gave you great answers.
Yeah,
for sure. No, Doc just he
whether you like it or not.
Right. He gets to the soundbite where the scheduled loss, how he admits that game was a scheduled loss. Or
one of the best ones I've ever heard in person was right after they fired, I think Dave Haxtell, the Flyers, and they hired Craig Berube to be the coach. And Sam Carchidi was asking something about, I think it was about Giroux and trying to get him to do something. And just kept asking. And Berube said, "What do you want me to do? Spank him?"
Right.
And like, it's Berube, like he's an animal.
Chief?
Yeah, Chief's a farm animal,
What do you want me to do? Spank him?
What do you want me to do? Spank him?
Yeah, no, we don't want that, Chief. Let's go to John in Manioc. John, how are you, buddy? What's going on?
What up, dudes? First of all, Martinez, probably haven't seen you in person since the Guns N' Roses Wolf Mother concert where we were in the rafters together. And I follow your career, and I love you, and I'm rooting for you all the time, bro. And I truly believe that you will be the interviewer for the Stanley Cup Victory Flyers interview with Trevor Zegras in a few years.
Oh, nice. I hope you're right. Yeah, I really do.
Yeah. What a pass the other day, by the way. I'm not going to talk hockey on Marks' time here, but I just wanted to say that pass from Zegras, that was pretty slick.
In hockey parlance, Sean, was a great apple.
Great
apple.
Well, no, John, I already said this. I can go get a drink of water if you guys want to have a
moment.
Yeah, like a Flyers conversation. No, I'm fine with the Flyers conversation.
I'm going to get you a little bit more involved.
I just got to learn more about the team here, John.
We're going to teach you. We're going to train
Mitch
the
Cobb's
lad.
not fat. He had an ankle problem, right? Okay, that's the story we're going with here. Okay. He didn't show up out of shape. I'm just teasing. Okay, listen, in all seriousness, I called Marks because here's the problem here, bud. I just found out that Bregman is going to opt out of the Boston Red Sox. I heard that maybe Schwarber's going to want too much money. We can't sign him. Here's the thing. I'm tired of trash heap Romano and cheap versions of this and that. I want Alonso. I want Schwarber. I want Bregman. I want Tucker. I want all of them. And if you don't do it, if you don't give me exactly what I want, then you don't want to beat the Dodgers, who buy everybody. You have the money. Our owner of the Phillies wanders the field with a smile on, looking for rare Pokemon. He has the money. He wants to win. We all want to win. Hire everyone. Everyone on the market. Get them all.
Make it impossible to lose.
Well, the Yankees have tried. The Yankees have tried to do that for the last 15, 16 years, and they failed. It hasn't worked.
It's still hard. It's still very hard to win. You need a lot of things to go your way.
John, always appreciate you, buddy. Thank you,
John. Thanks for coming.
John from Manioc hasn't lived in Manioc in 15 years, but he started calling me as John in Manioc, so we have to keep the name.
That's his handle.
That's the handle.
That's the handle.
That's how it works. So, not only do I disagree with John, I couldn't disagree with John more as far as just go out and spend. The Philly, if you spend top $5, if you're top 5 salary in any sport, you're spending enough money. John Middleton literally for David Robertson. What was it, Ray? He spent $15 million for a month of David Robertson.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, about that.
Because of the luxury tax? Yeah. So John Middleton and the ownership group, they spent plenty of money. Spent plenty of money. So
that's never an issue.
Here's
it's construction.
Yeah, it's just that, they're a good team.
Yeah.
And right now they're kind of at this point where it's, what do? Do you try to get a little bit younger, or do you re-sign these same guys? And it looks like they're going to re-sign the same guys. Schwarber.
Yeah, they don't want to take a step back to try to take 2 steps forward.
But you could also say, leave Schwarber and sign Kyle Tucker, but sign him to a longer contract. Don't pay Schwarber or get Bregman in here.
Yeah.
He plays a more premium position. He can be your third baseman. And you can get rid of Bohm. And we're talking about a DH. The DH has far less value as far as an everyday position, especially third base. But Bregman also doesn't have the offensive impact that Kyle Schwarber does.
See, that's the problem. And what do you value, and what does your team need? Why do they keep losing?
They need impact during the playoffs.
Yeah.
Schwarber hasn't given it to you.
Yeah, you got to find winners, too. You just got to find guys that, in that moment, can do it.
All right, coming up, your chance to win 76ers tickets. Next, Ray Dunn has a Sixers text trivia question cooked up. The first person on the contest line. I'll give the contest line number if you don't know it. 610-632-0975. First correct answer wins a pair of 76ers tickets. Also coming up later this hour, Jeremy Fowler on Jalen Hurts and Kevin Foley, former executive producer at NFL Films, his breakdown on the Eagles and just how bad is it. That's all coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Change on the way. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Tomorrow, Rob Thompson and Dave Dombrowski will meet with the media at 11 o'clock as the Phillies kick off this offseason after losing last week to the Dodgers in 4 games in the NLDS. Jason Stark joined Unfiltered yesterday, spoke about John Middleton's desire to stay competitive and Dombrowski's ability to make a bold move.
He wants to be good and stay good. And so that's a tough needle to thread. But I've seen Dave thread it. And I would really be surprised if there aren't some wow moves this winter.
Fan base also looking for some wow from the Eagles offense. The Eagles need to get better offensively after losing back-to-back games. Now 4-2 on the season. Kevin Patullo met with the media yesterday, talked about running the ball more and running the ball better, also staying out of the third and long. Those two things going hand-in-hand with the identity of the offense a year ago. Vic Fangio talked about leaning Adoree Jackson for the starting job opposite of Quinyon Mitchell. That's assuming Quinyon Mitchell is healthy, which he had no update on for you yesterday as the Birds get ready for the Vikings in Minnesota Sunday at 1 o'clock. This update is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the best Birds coverage. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
Middays with Marks, Martinez.
How about Bill coming to the barn last night, sitting with me for an intermission?
That last night?
Flyers game, yeah. Did the whole intermission with me, breaking it down. It's awesome.
Wow.
Monday night that was.
Yeah, not last night. Yeah, I mean, I was going to, but I just, I couldn't, because I know you were looking for the hockey insights, the NHL insights from me.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't make it down.
But we had the telephone call where we talked about it.
Nice. Yes. Correct.
Said no one ever.
So we have a pair of 76ers tickets, and you too can get tickets. Not to you two, but to the Sixers. Single game tickets right now, Ticketmaster.com/76ers. So the first person with the correct answer on the text line of 610-632-0975 wins it. It's that simple. This is more luck than anything. It's getting the correct answer and being lucky enough to be the first texter. So Jason is on his phone right now. He got the last one correct. He may have won the tickets, actually. Ray Dunn has the question. Ray, what do you have?
All right, this one is for the Pistons tickets. So let's make it about Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris was traded to the 76ers from the Clippers in the 2018-19 season. The 76ers sent Landry Shamet, Mike Muscala, and who to the Clippers in that deal? So once again, Tobias Harris dealt to the Sixers in 2018-19 season. The players in that deal from the Sixers side, Landry Shamet, Mike Muscala, and what player went back to the Clippers? 610-632-0975.
Back to the Clippers.
Went back to the Clippers. Because alongside Harris comes Boban.
Yeah, no,
Mike Scott.
that's incorrect.
Oh,
That'd be
okay.
incorrect anyway.
I misunderstood the question.
That'd be incorrect anyway. That was recent.
Was it?
Yeah, it's not KJ Martin. So
It is not KJ Martin.
Yeah,
Okay, can you repeat it again?
All right, Tobias Harris, and I'll give you alongside Mike Scott and Boban, were traded to the 76ers in 2018-19. The Sixers sent 3 players back to the Clippers. Landry Shamet, Mike Muscala, and who else? I think I got him.
Mike Scott, that's when the Hive.
That was the beginning of the Hive.
Beginning of the Hive. Where were you? And this is text line. I knew people were going to call. Text line 610-632-0975. When Ray sees a correct answer is when Ray will give the Martita, even with the internet, Martinez can't figure it out.
No, I was going to text it in. But
Oh, okay.
I can't think of the answer.
Yeah,
we have a correct answer.
All right. The answer is
Wilson Chandler.
Wilson Chandler, former
Totally
second-round draft
forgot
pick. Yeah, for good reason.
You don't know basketball.
I wish I would forget about all of those players, including Mike Scott. I know Mike Scott was a popular.
You like Landry Shamet.
Shamet never did it. Like Shamet was supposed to be good.
Yeah.
He never developed really. He's bounced around. I bet Shamet's played for 8 teams. Landry Shamet. Every year he's on a different team.
But he keeps getting jobs.
Hey man, I wish I was a basketball player. I'd be the best bench player ever.
Great vibes guy.
Oh, dude, I'm like Garrett Stubbs in sneakers. Telling you.
Low tops.
Well, the Haslam is the coach / muscle. I couldn't be the muscle, but I could definitely be a Garrett Stubbs.
You would not be on my basketball team at your size.
Well, I mean, we're acting like, obviously you're acting like if I had real size and talent and skill, but just not great.
I don't know. You have the intangibles for my team.
Oh, I got intangibles, baby.
Just making sure.
You kidding me? I am intangible. I'm like Jalen Hurts with the intangibles. I just lack the requisite skill otherwise.
I just can't throw the ball, apparently, according to some people.
All right, there you go. Wilson Chandler.
That's a good one, and that's good work by the winner.
Yes, shout out Brian in Glendora.
Brian in Glendora.
All right, 1 for 2 is not bad for me to get back into Mr. NBA status.
Yeah, you missed that one bad though. KJ Martin.
I misunderstood the question. I think I rushed when I heard Tobias trade.
Landry Shamet, 1 year, 2 years in, or it's like 1+. So 2 years with the Clippers, 1 year in Brooklyn, 1 year with the Sixers, 1 year with the Knicks, 1 year with Washington, 2 in Phoenix. They really think highly of him. Can't wait to get rid of him.
Yeah.
All right.
Averaging 5.7 points per game last year.
Yep. That's all right.
Difference maker.
All right, how much money has Landry Shamet made in his career? Don't look it up. Think about this. Deliberate. So he's been, so what he is?
I'll say $72 million.
No, I don't think it's that much.
Dude, these guys make disgusting money for being mediocre.
All right, what do you got? Right, Diggity?
$26 million.
$26 million. Career earnings for Landry Shamet is $30,879,455.
All right.
Damn.
There you go.
He signed what? 1 3-year, decently big contract in there?
Looks like something like that.
Because that's where I was trying to figure out how much that 3-year deal
I
was.
see this. He was on a 4-year deal for $42.5 million.
That's what it was.
With
4
the
years
Suns.
for 42.
So how did he only make $30 million then?
Is he not on maybe he's still in that contract?
No, he has a 1-year deal right now, a veteran minimum with the Knicks.
Listen,
By the way, veteran minimum's $3 million.
Must be nice. Yeah, I don't. I'm just looking on Spot Track. So that's what they had for his career earnings. So I cannot explain it. Well, there you go. Anyway, all right. We have Kevin Foley coming up. Kevin Foley was the longtime NFL Films producer, but he's not some nerd that's just behind a computer and he's breaking down film. He's one of the best quarterbacks in South Jersey. It's actually Glenn Foley's brother. But he was.
I didn't know that.
He was one of the best quarterbacks in South Jersey history. Played at Maryland collegiately, and then he's been working in.
So he knows
sports
what he's
media.
looking at. Like this isn't some schlub.
There's not some nerd.
Yeah.
That has no credentials that I'm bringing on because he says he looks at film. Ex-NFL Films executive producer for remember NFL Matchup? It was Sal's show.
Yeah.
Sal, I think Greg Cosell, Jaws was on it for a while.
Yep.
So he was the executive producer for that, and now he's a quarterback analyst and an NFL analyst on YouTube, on Roundtable Sports, and you follow him on social media at Playbook Foley. He's going to explain exactly what's going on with the Eagles offense, why they're struggling, and does he think it can be fixed? I mean, because that's really what the question is. All right, we know it's wrong.
What is the fix, right?
What's wrong and what's the fix?
Yeah.
And is there a fix? 'Cause my biggest worry is that the fix doesn't exist. That the fix is, well, if the offensive line isn't healthy, it's tough where they are right now. I mean, you can know what to do, and if you don't have the personnel on the field, it becomes very difficult to actually accomplish what you're trying to do.
And it affects how you have to judge Kevin Petula.
And Petullo, and by the way, I think Petullo's a big part of this, but how much is he a part of it? Kevin's going to answer all those questions coming up next.
Don't come to me with the problem. Come to me with the solution.
Is it not next? Do we have another segment between that? Am I late for the...
You know the clock so well. You are like a well-oiled machine.
So we come back. Well, so we come back and then...
So do we take a break here?
So we go right here?
We break right here.
We break right here, and then Foley's in 2 segments.
Yes.
We'll read some tweets next.
Yeah, because you have a lot of them. And some texts.
Yeah, and some
All right,
texts.
text lines and tweets coming up next. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Unfiltered with Ricky Bo, Bill Colarulo.
back. It is Middays with Marks. We got some tweets and texts coming up here in a second. Kevin Foley will tell us exactly what's wrong with the Eagles as he has broken down the film. During the break, so Ricky Batalico comes flying in here during the commercial break, and
he has not moved that fast in years.
Since Barry Bonds charged him out at him, however many years.
I forgot about that.
So, and it's one of these things where, like, it does. He heard us talking about the 3-on-3, how this show would beat them, and he's like, anytime. And he kicked the door open. He's like, anytime, Marks. And I'm like, wait, you're a goon. Colorulo's a goon. You guys would try to muscle
the game.
This would be officiated.
Yeah, they'd be like the Pistons, the bad boys.
And it's 2025. This
Hack a
is
Shack.
Colarulo and Ricky. If it was 1989, they'd beat us.
Yeah.
It's not 1989. This is more finesse than the bully ball that they want to do.
Yeah.
So they're going down. And then I saw the video to what Ray was talking about with knockout. Ray, I didn't know there was a controversy. Ricky legitimately was going crazy back there about this.
Because he's invented a story in his mind. There's literally a video in which nothing in which he says
tweet it out. Tweet it out. You knocked him out of the knockout tournament.
Correct.
How many people were left?
There's probably like a dozen or so left, I think.
So you're getting down to it a little.
So Ricky goes before you.
Right. Ricky
misses. You get the ball. Boom, it goes in. He's out. What is he saying happened?
So Ricky
he goes
misses,
for the rebound, right?
Ricky misses. I miss. Ricky gets his second opportunity. He misses again, but he misses in a way where his ball goes away from him. So he decides, to hell with going to get my ball, I'm going to try and knock Ray's ball away. My miss comes back to me. I'm going to put up the shot. Ricky fouls me. The shot still goes in. Then he grabs the ball and throws it at me.
And won.
Yeah, I did get a little demonstrative afterwards.
So, what story is
Ricky
he trying to tell? Yeah.
That I had a ball in my hands to shoot before he had the ball in his hands.
That's not your problem, by the way.
But is also a load of crap because the video shows you quite clearly he shot the ball before the ball ever gets to my hands.
See, a former professional athlete, elite professional athlete, all-star professional athlete doesn't want to have to admit that on a court in front of a lot of people that Ray beat him.
Yeah.
He can't.
In an athletic endeavor. He can't do it.
It's what separates the pro athletes is that they can't lose at anything. They'll play you in ping pong to the death.
Yeah.
I beat Sal Powell in ping pong at Mikey Mrs. Party one year. He didn't talk to me for a year.
No, there was John Clark told a story on the air.
Oh, I've heard this.
John Clark told a story on the air that when Sal plays tennis. John Clark plays tennis too, and Sal's a good tennis player. So is John. And Sal is like John McEnroe out there with the racket and throwing the racket.
Yeah.
John very lightheartedly, having fun with it. It was talking about Sal and how he goes crazy on the tennis court. Sal was not happy about that conversation, sources told me.
No. Sal literally would come on the show with Mike every week. He wouldn't talk to me. He'd say, put me on.
No way.
He wouldn't talk to me because I beat him in ping pong. He had me like 19-7. And I just went on a run on him in Mikey Miss's backyard.
I remember the party.
Yeah, remember my old lady was lighting the fire and the whole thing?
I remember the party.
Yeah, and I beat him, and he was so angry. I think he left the party.
That's a violation.
Absolute violation.
And Sal and I are great now. But at the time, we had something happened, and we weren't speaking. And there was this... Mike has this mud room where the bathroom is, where it's like a separate door from his living room.
Yeah.
So I walked in there to get to the
kind
bathroom.
Of on the side, yeah.
And it was just me and Sal face to face. And I was like,
at the moment of tension?
I was like, hey Sal. Oh yeah, we weren't.
You were on non-speaking terms.
Correct.
How did that pan out?
So then I talked about it on the air on Monday, and Nahagian said he was going to have to suspend me because Sal was so mad. And I told him that I would quit if he suspended me because he should have my back, and because I was right.
You're the full-time employee.
I was right in the situation too, by the way. And I love Sal. Don't get me wrong, but that's what happened. Of course, I go on the air and talk about it. Anyway,
well, that's what we do.
I know that's what we do. So listen, Rick, the fact that Ricky's embarrassed that you knocked him out is understandable.
I get it.
So what would it be like 3-on-3 if we took him down? Would he see? That's why they won't do it, is because he can't even have a chance of that happening.
No, because he would go ballistic.
We'll get Herb with the referee outfit on.
I like that.
He could be the referee.
He could be, yeah.
We have a court right here. Did you see it?
No.
There's a court in the corner if you go up by the Belmont Avenue exit. It's a beautiful brand new court that's fenced in.
See, I'm not going to be much help to you right now.
No, I'm in a
very weak in condition.
You're going to coach. I don't think Harry can be on the team too. We need a ringer.
Yeah, we need a ringer. Harry can play. Yeah, He plays golf enough.
No,
That's
I know.
something, right?
We kind of need a
I just went through 8 months of hell, so I'm not going to be much help.
All right, give me a couple of texts and tweets.
All right, the text or tweet comes in from Tristan. He says, at Jan Marks Media, at Jason Mert, at Ray Dunn 975. I love the sports radio that gives genuine opinions and is engaging to the listeners. That fake outrage crap the bad guys do is not entertaining. Yep. I love that at 975 gives genuine opinions. Hashtag make the switch. Chris, love the amplification of that 975 message to switch away from the fake narratives. John Marks, Jason Mert, Ray Dunn. I fell for the fake news about the Eagles for years until I saw for myself that Lurie was not cheap and not only focused on profits. Hashtag make the switch. Brian says, John Marks, Jason Mert, Ray Dunn, Fanatic, killing it. I appreciate you guys being back. John Marks Media, Jason Mert, really enjoy it. Nice. And many more. So nice. I love the hashtag make the switch.
What about do the deal?
What? now Sal's going to be pissed again. With about Mariota.
Great. But that was
we got a whole summer out to do the deal.
That was great.
Yeah.
Listen, peak Sal and Mike was the best radio that was in this city.
Tuesdays at 5:10.
Dude, it was great. Those two are great together. Sal's great.
He is. Two bullheaded Italians going at it head to head every week, and you just never knew what you were going to get.
Nope.
Sal would call sometimes, and I'd put him on hold, and Mike wouldn't get to him right away. Mike was ambivalent about his surroundings sometimes, and Sal would hang up, and he would call back, and he'd say, "When I call in, you put me on right away."
Right. No,
I'm like, Sal, it's not me. He'd be mad at me.
I know.
Not at Mike.
Believe me, I was his
and Mike
producer
would take
for 4
him,
years.
and then Mike would take him, and he'd be like,
Michael.
Michael.
All right, text. Give me a couple texts here.
All right, we got Marshall in Florida. You could trade AJ, but you wouldn't be trading the real problem. That would be QB1.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I'm just telling you, the worst case scenario for Jalen Hurts is he misses the game or two and Tanner McKee comes in. Just telling you.
People love the backup QB.
And especially when he can throw is pretty he would see the thing is that if the league adjusts if Tanner McKee came in and he played one game, he would look great because this is a talented team. But then they adjust to so you have no idea what he would really be.
Yeah.
But he could come in and he could look great. And it would be refreshing because it's not the brand of football that they currently play. Give me another text or two, Ray.
There's no way they're going to deal away a guy averaging over 1,300 yards receiving over the last 3 seasons. This is something they have to figure out internally.
But you know what with husband and wife, guess what happens? They get divorced. You don't have to figure anything out. That's the thing. You can't just tell two people because that's the way you want it. You can't just tell them, okay, you guys have to figure this out. You're adults. You have a good thing going here. Figure this out. No, if they can't get over it, and I'm just telling you, this is not 1 year, 2 years. This is a couple years now that they've had this friction. All right, one more, Ray.
All right. AJ needs to relax. If he can't relax over the rest of this season after 2 Super Bowl appearances and winning 1, then he needs to go. He needs to quit being a diva in this situation.
Boy, this city has changed so much.
I don't think he's a diva. I disagree that he's a diva.
I don't think he is either.
At all. I don't blame.
I didn't think Wentz was either, though, when we found out he was.
Okay. But everything that I hear about A.J. Brown is that he's beloved in the organization.
Yeah.
For players and everybody else.
Yep. He's a gamer, that's why.
Coming up, Kevin Foley. He's going to tell us exactly what's going on with the Eagles. He's broken down the film. I've talked to him about what he's seen. So he's going to give you really good stuff. That's coming up next. This is Middays with Marks with Mertitas, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Change on the way. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Tomorrow, Rob Thompson, Dave Dombrowski will meet with the media at 11 o'clock as the Phillies kick off their offseason after losing last week in 4 games to the Dodgers in the NLDS. Jason Stark joined Unfiltered yesterday and spoke about John Middleton's desire to stay competitive and Dombrowski's ability to make a bold move.
He wants to be good and stay good. And so that's a tough needle to thread, but I've seen Dave thread it. And I would really be surprised if there aren't some wow moves this winter.
This fan base also looking for some wow from the Eagles' offense, which they have not seen through 6 games so far. After back-to-back losses, the Birds looking for answers on the mini-bye ahead of their matchup with the Vikings. Yesterday, Kevin Patullo said he wants to run the ball more and obviously wants to run the ball better and stay out of 3rd and longs. Vic Fangio leaning towards Adoree Jackson opposite of Quinyon Mitchell. That is, if Quinyon Mitchell is healthy. He did not have an update on Mitchell ahead of Sunday's matchup with the Vikings at 1 o'clock. This update is brought to you by the International Hot Rod Association. International Hot Rod Association and Around Hybrid, where the roar of the engine meets the torque of the wrench. Build building champions on the track and in the trades. Get your tickets at IHRA.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5 TheFanatic.com.
The Fanatic, WPEN and WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, A. Beasley Media Group Station. Broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. Rick Tockett's going to be on with Ricky Bowe and Bill Colarulo later on today. Today's show.
Yeah, okay, coming off a win, beating the Cup champs on Monday, the home opener at the new Xfinity Mobile Arena. It was a great environment down there on Monday. I had a lot of fun. It was a really good game. Obviously, you're playing a really good team.
Harry had the money line on the Flyers. It was
Is that right?
It was his pick. Yep.
Oh,
he
good
looked
job,
at
Harry.
it. He looked at it early in the show. He goes, "I like the Flyers money line tonight."
Well, what was it, like plus 130-ish?
No, it's plus 140.
Wow, nice. That's a good play by Harry.
He diagnosed it.
Yeah, good job by him. They got the backup goaler. They didn't get Bob, so that's part of it. You know, I'm sure that's part of Harry's thinking. But no, it was a good game. They were 1-1 after 3. They played, the Panthers twice, and they played Carolina, the team with the best odds to win the Cup, and you'd consider that a very viable start at 1-1.
I don't think that was part of his thinking at all.
You don't think he knew?
No, I don't think he didn't say that.
Harry is way more of a hockey guy than you can even imagine. Big time.
I don't know.
He is a closeted hockey guy. The amount of I text with him about hockey more than anything. He and I go back and forth a ton.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he did. I know. You know me. Like I'm just like, oh, revenge factor. They just beat him.
Yeah,
revenge factor. I didn't even think about the backup goalie.
Yeah. Well, sometimes there's the backup. Mikey Miss had the backup goalie theory. And the backup goalies in the whole team plays better.
The team plays better because they're stepping up their game. They know that they have they
want to give up
something
less.
to it.
Yeah.
It's same thing with the backup quarterback. Could the backup quarterback be playing for the Eagles at some point this season? I kid.
No, he might.
Well, because of injury.
Injury, or they have a game that doesn't matter.
Yeah, not because of ineffectiveness.
No, I don't think that.
Although the offense has been ineffective. To discuss.
We don't need a QB controversy.
Formerly with NFL Films, he was the longtime executive producer for the NFL Matchup Show. And you can see all his great work right now on YouTube X and Roundtable Sports. Just follow him at Playbook Foley. One of the best quarterbacks in South Jersey history. Played collegiately at University of Maryland. And he joins us right now. Kevin Foley. What's up, Kev?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on, dude? How are you?
Doing great, man. Doing great. It's good to see and hear that they got Marksy some help over there.
Yeah, they had to bring in a little support. I'm weak in support these days, Kev, but I can provide a little bit. I'm good for a little, not a lot.
All right, so, Kevin, the $1 million question is, and you've evaluated the tape, and you've watched every game, and what happened on Thursday night, I'm curious to hear what you have to say about it, but, what is the problem? We'll start with the offense. What is the problem? When you watch the game, when you go back and watch the game, why are the Eagles struggling so much right now?
Well, I don't just go back and watch the game. I have the ability. I worked on NFL matchups, so for the last decade or so, I go back and watch all the offenses. I get to watch all the great designs and everything being done in the NFL. And some of the top high-flying offenses right now look like a cross between the Canadian Football League and the Blue Angels Air Show. And the worst ones look a little bit more like Downingtown West. There's just not much going on. And the big thing that stands out
That's
is
a shot
the
at
new
Downingtown
motion
West.
style. The burst motion, you know what I mean? The burst motion. Why would you not want your receiver, whether it's A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith or Barkley, running full speed at the snap of the ball? I have no idea why you wouldn't. It gives you a huge advantage offensively. And to be honest with you, you're negligent if you're not using it to some degree. I think they're 31st right now using it. But what it does is, not to get too technical, but if you have trips, 3 receivers to one side, the receiver that's close to the quarterback is number 3, then number 2 to number 1. That's how the defenders cover them. They label them based on numbers. Now, if right before the snap, number 3 burst motions outside and becomes number 1, it changes everything for the defense. And that's where you get busts, big plays, and everything else. It makes it very hard to make those adjustments on the fly.
So why don't they do that more? And this has been something consistent. Now, I remember hearing this 2 years ago where, McDaniel has the most motion or whatever. The Eagles barely use it. They brought in Kellen Moore. I don't know how much that changed last year, but why wouldn't they do that?
Well, twofold. In the run game, when you do it, the defense also bumps and it changes your blocking assignments on cue. But more importantly than that, because you really use it to get advantages and big plays in the pass game, is that when you do that and it confuses the defense, well, it also changes the defense on the fly. So it can be a little bit confusing to the offense, and it takes some experience to do, and Hurts isn't that comfortable doing it right now.
Kevin, I'm a firm believer to defend in team sport, put the defending team to as many decisions as possible, because the more decisions you have to make is where the mistake happens that you can exploit. And that motion creates decisions. Guys have to change who they're blocking, who they're covering, those kind of things. When you look at the ineffectiveness of the running game, which obviously last year was very effective, not only just in general, but also home run, the lack of the home run, particularly in second halves, how much has that really kind of tied their hands in what they're able to do overall and stretch a defense?
Well, when you can run the ball the way they did last year, which you can probably go back the last 25 years and look at the Eagles' run game, and you won't see that kind of movement that they got last year. I mean, it was absolutely dominant. It's so dominant that it basically renders the skill positions irrelevant. I mean, you can put anyone out there. It doesn't really matter. But the NFL, the way it's designed now, is the lines are supposed to just cancel each other out, right? And it becomes a contest of quarterbacks, receivers, and tight ends versus the other teams, quarterbacks, receivers, and tight ends. So that's what we're going to see more of this year, and that's really where they're starting to be exposed.
How much of this is because of personnel/injury, and how much of this is because ineffectiveness and just the fact that they're not executing?
It's all tied in. I mean, if you're shuffling different guys in and out of the lineup, moving guys around, if you're missing your best players, your best blockers in the run game, that's certainly going to affect it. But I think last year was more of just a wow. It's something you only see once in a lifetime, where it's that dominant of one of the lines. They actually had it on both lines, but yeah, it's not happening. It hasn't happened in the past. It's not going to happen this year. You can see.
So wait a second. To follow up on that, play design's a big thing. And in goal line or short yardage situations inside the red zone, they've been really good. How they've used Goddard with the shuttle passes and stuff. That's been really good. But other than that, Kev, it's looked really vanilla.
Absolutely. Well, when you take away, you got to have another big part of it is the play action game married to the run game. If you talk to any offensive coordinator in the NFL, it's easier to run the ball from under center. And then it's way easier to marry concepts that look exactly alike and that create huge chunks and huge area in the middle of the field. Because that's where all the big plays get made in the NFL, the majority of them. You go play action, get the linebacker, and then hit a deep in cut behind that second level. But that's one of his, that's one of the things he's not very good at, unfortunately.
Chicken or the egg is Jalen Hurts, and I guess he looked good against the Giants, at least in the first half. That bad intersection in the second half, but is the play calling hurting Jalen Hurts, or is Jalen Hurts the quarterback difficult to call plays for right now because they can't run the football, and everything with this offense, like you mentioned, if they can run the football, then everything else falls into place?
Well, there's a bigger issue. He's struggling right now to play quarterback the way it needs to be played in the NFL. To me, if you can't throw the ball into the windows of the defense, right? When you release the ball, the receiver doesn't look open at all when you look at it from the all-22. But when the thing comes into the window 25 yards down the field, right into the middle of the zone window, the receiver is showing up. I mean, that's a skill. That's a very important skill to have in the NFL. It's no different than speed, vertical jump, physical toughness. It's a trait. And to me, it's a prerequisite to playing in the NFL. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to read the middle of the field, what's going on, and hit the big chunk plays there.
Why the Jekyll and Hyde? Why one half he has one incompletion, looks phenomenal. Second half he didn't a single completion. Why? How can it be so ranging from looking so good in the first half and so poor in the second half?
It can be puzzling, and it's the same thing for play design. I can go back here and pull up 5 or 6 incredible designs that they ran. One of them was the touchdown to Barkley. I think it was versus the Broncos. You look at that and you're like, oh, my God, wow. He came to the line with 2 plays. He has trips to the left. If it's a zone, then he's going to run a play to the left to that zone concept. If he checks, he's simulating a play like man, and hut, they're getting ready to see what the defense does. Well, he notices man-to-man, so he checks the Barkley on the wheel. Boom, wide open, touchdown. So from the time they put it in practice to explaining it to him how to do it, it was perfect. It was all perfect. But then you'll see another play where it's he's just going to pump to the left, right? And he's going to read the one safety on the side. If the one safety comes down and reacts to the pump, then A.J. Brown's outside one-on-one. If he bails out and he gets behind that, well, then you throw the slant inside. He bit and jumped the slant inside hard. It came down, and he didn't throw it outside. He didn't even look there. And that's happened like 4 or 5 times as well. Last week, they had 4 verticals. That's a play that you put in high school on day one. 4 guys right down the middle of the field. The 2 outside guys, they're just clearing out. So all you're left with is a 2-on-1 on the one middle safety. It's a perfect, you get the one middle safety zone. Well, all you do is you look at the safety when you drop back. If he goes right, you throw left. If he goes left, you throw right. Most of the times you stare at him and he stares back at you and you have to try and stick with him. Well, this guy immediately jumped to Goddard going down the right seam right from the snap. He never even looked left. Devontae Smith was streaking down the inside of the numbers uncovered with no one within 25 yards of him, and he didn't even look there. So to not even look there, like there's only 2 options. You're going to look right or you're going to look left. You're going to throw one of them. There's some baffling stuff going on there as well.
Wow.
Kevin Foley, former quarterback, NFL films. Not only just breaks down the Eagles tape, is looking at watching every game.
Yeah.
Jason Martinez, so he can see what the good offenses look like. All right, so a couple more. How much of this, when you look at Patullo and his play calling, how much of the Eagles' struggles or inconsistencies on offense, half to half, has to do with the play calling and the offense design?
Again, there's a little bit of both, like in everything. There's so many plays. There's some good design that gets executed at Barkley. There's some good design that gets not executed, somehow missed. And then there's some really bad design. But again, getting back, it all's going to run through Jalen Hurts, right? So think about this. He's been playing quarterback since he was, 5, 7, 8, whatever it is. Anytime anyone gets within 2 feet of him, he's just going to pull the thing off and take off. I would too. Anyone would. Peyton Manning would have done that, right? Unfortunately, most guys don't have the ability to do that. They're stuck in mud. They can't move very well. You can't get those plays with your legs. So you have to read it out from the pocket. You have to take the clues that the defense is giving you. They show you one thing, they change on the snap. You have to take all that information in about 2.5 seconds and then drive a ball on time into a window before the guy gets there. It's not that easy to do, man, unless you've done it your whole life, right? And when you can't move and you're playing quarterback without the ability to move, you learn that throughout your life. So you can see they're trying to teach him here on the fly how to make middle reads and stick the ball in there.
Last thing for me. Is this fixable? How quickly is it fixable?
I mean, like I said, this is something,
Gotcha.
It takes years to learn how to throw. Think about it, fellas.
But we've seen him do it.
Running 20 yards down the field and then running across. You got to throw it between guys, and you don't even see the receiver yet, and trust that he's going to get to the middle of the hole as the ball's getting there. Like it's a really hard thing to do, especially if you've never done it or had to do it in the past.
But he has done it.
What do you mean he has done? I mean, if not against zone coverage, he hasn't done a ton of it. Like if I was a defense, I would never play man-to-man coverage. When you're throwing to a guy in man-to-man coverage, you're just throwing to a receiver. When you're throwing against zone coverage, you're throwing between defenders into holes. You're not throwing to the receiver per se.
So the NFL cracked the code a little bit on him.
Well, that's how you have to play quarterback in the NFL. So you need to have that skill coming into the NFL, or it's going to be really hard.
Incredible.
Quickly, I'm based on what I saw, Kevin, from on Thursday night, and this is just an offense. We didn't even get the defense, but like their defensive line, they got blown off the ball on both sides against the Giants. I don't like this matchup against Minnesota. I know Eagles fans are going to say, well, they're not losing to Minnesota. I don't know, man. I don't know.
They weren't losing to the Giants either.
Yeah, right now this is not a good. Eagles need to get through this into the bye week, but I do not have a lot of confidence against Minnesota this weekend.
No, and that's one of the best head coaches in the game. I mean, I don't know who's saying that they're not worried about Minnesota after what just happened and 2 losses straight, but yeah, I mean, they're not playing fundamental football. I mean, last year they could drive everybody off the ball, which, like I said, it makes the skill positions irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You'll win no matter who's out there, but that's not happening this year. You're not getting big chunks in the run game. So where are these big plays on offense coming from, man? I don't know.
Kevin, great stuff. How do we find you on social media and what you do?
Playbook Foley, X and YouTube. Check it out.
Playbook Foley. All right, man.
Awesome stuff, man. Thank you.
We'll talk to you next week, all right?
All right, thanks, buddy.
All right, there he is, Kevin Foley.
That was incredible. That was mind-blowing.
Brother of Glenn Foley, and they sound alike. I talked to him on the phone last week. I'm like, you sound like Glenn.
Yeah, well, they're brothers.
Wait, like, so how would you
Brothers
like
from the same mother.
NFL, his dad played at Boston University or Boston College, one of the two. Glenn played in the NFL, Boston College.
Jets.
Kevin was, at the time, he had the most passing yards in South Jersey, and that wasn't broken until, I think, 2013. More than Flacco. It stood forever. And, like, even to play collegially in Maryland, I mean, that you're talking. And then the other
and big program.
Ed Foley, their oldest brother, has been he was a Temple long-time coach at Temple. He was with Matt Rule in I think in Carolina. Did he go with Matt Rule to Carolina? Yeah. So Ed's been an NFL coach.
Yeah. So there's a lot of knowledge in that family.
A lot of knowledge in that family.
Some of the things he had to say
we'll
are
react.
stunning to me.
We'll react.
Yeah.
I wrote a couple down. That's
I'm
coming
processing.
Also, the Eagles' struggles, has it vindicated one of their biggest haters? No, not Mad Mike.
Yeah.
But Mike Florio seems to think that is the case. Chris Sims. We'll talk about that coming up next. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Philadelphia is a sports city.
last 2 years, and all he gets is hate from Eagles fans. I just wonder when that machine is going to turn back on Hurts and say, you know what, maybe Sims has a point. And I'm not saying Hurts isn't a great quarterback. He was phenomenal in the Super Bowl. But where do you go from there? Where are you right now? And how responsible are you for this current storm of dysfunction that's unfolding around you?
That's Mike Florio talking about his buddy Chris Sims.
They're 4-2, Mike.
The problem with Chris Sims is that he just went so over the top on Jalen Hurts.
He did a hill to die on.
Yeah, like a lot of the takers out there, the hot takers out there. But do I believe that he doesn't think Jalen Hurts is a good throwing quarterback? No, it's fairly obvious that he thinks that. And by the way, he's not alone.
No,
I can tell you, just even ex-Eagles that you run into, or like I would hear, like, well, not that they don't like Jalen, but everybody's kind of like, the way Jalen plays quarterback isn't the typical traditional way in 2025.
He's not even really the size. I mean, he's only 6'1", not a big guy.
He's not super. He's tall enough. I've stood next to him. He's tall enough, but just the Eagles' offense last year. Here's something Kevin Foley said. He said last year was a once-in-a-generation team. In other words, you're not going to be able to do that again. The idea that you're going to be able to run through the NFL like they did, a lot of people didn't think they could do it last year. Yeah. And it wasn't until 3/4 of the way into the season, halfway
Week
through
11.
the season, I said, you know what? They can do it because no one's stopping them right now.
Yeah.
They were that good at it. Look at the team this year. Their defense isn't nearly the same team, either personnel or effectiveness, right? They don't have the same players. Their offensive line's banged up. It took all those things. Saquon Barkley, 2,000 yards, coming off of being disrespected by the Giants. Offensive line that everybody was healthy, and they were just mowing through people. Everybody pulling in the same direction. Sirianni had a real feel for the team. And the biggest thing, the defense, no one expected the defense to be the top defense in the league last year. That really was a once-in-a-generation team.
Especially with two rookies starting, Quinion and Cooper DeJean.
And they were
for them to do what they did.
pros.
Yeah, I mean, just unbelievable. You're going, this is a dream scenario, and it was. And it was a dream season as a result of it. And it's hard. When you win like that and you're that good and your coaches are pillaged and picked every year, you have a different coordinator, offensive coordinator, it's tough. It's hard to stay on top.
Unless
it makes it difficult. Some people thought this team was going to be better this year than last year.
The Chiefs, Andy Reid, it's kind of like they're the exception to everybody else because they won back-to-back Super Bowls. They were in another one looking for a
They're like the
three-peat.
Patriots, yeah.
And it's harder for a defensive coach or a coach like Nick Sirianni because Andy Reid can have different offensive coordinators. Obviously, you'd rather have the same guy in cohesion and things like that. But when you're running the Andy Reid offense, even if he's not calling plays full-time and he allows his offensive coordinator to do it, Andy Reid is still running that offense.
No,
that
it's
is his offense.
It's the tenets of his religion. Yes, absolutely.
Nick Sirianni's not that guy.
No.
So when
Never will be.
When Kellen Moore leaves, even if Kellen Moore didn't run his offense here, which he really didn't, he still has a skill as a play caller.
Yeah.
Knows how to call plays during a game.
A rhythm.
Exactly. And Sirianni never had that rhythm. He never called plays. No. So when you get a guy like Brian Johnson or Patullo, they went to Sirianni Community College. That's where they didn't leave it. The Stoutland U, which doesn't look like a good school anymore with this offensive line. Like now if you've learned from Nick Sirianni and you've been with Nick Sirianni for a lot of years and that's why you got the job. All right, man, now you got to figure this out. Now you two have to figure this out. And we've seen 2 out of 3 years where they've struggled with this stuff.
And he was passed over a bunch of times for that job.
And I said that last year when they hired him. It was just like, I understand why they hired him. I understand why Howie Roseman allowed it. If
it's his turn.
But he did. Nick Sirianni won the Super Bowl with the best team ever in franchise history.
Yeah, it's hard to deny what he wants.
Nick, this is what you want. You're getting what you want.
Yeah. Here's the fact of the matter, though. Hurts is 50-22 as an NFL quarterback.
Can't argue with it.
You can't argue with it.
It's too big of a sample size.
I mean, this is not chump change. And he's in the prime. He's 27. He just turned 27 years old back on August 7th. There's a lot of football left in him. I mean, like, people want to toss this guy aside. I mean, 50-22. I mean, you think about that winning percentage, that's pretty ridiculous.
Not even Ray Dunn wants to toss him aside. I don't know.
Well, some people do.
Well, I know the people that didn't believe him before, like for me. And I'm the idiot that said trade for Russell Wilson, go out and get a quarterback, whatever.
I was always enamored with him.
He'll never be a good enough thrower in the NFL.
Which is why he's taken 56.
To make a difference. And what he showed is that he didn't necessarily need to be, and when he needs to throw the ball, he can. And he proved it. He proved it in Super Bowls. So I was the idiot that said that. But even in games, when I watch games, I'm like, man, I just wish he was a better passer.
Yeah, I know. And you see guys like, the guy up in Buffalo. You see him, right? You see guys that can just are magical with the way they can throw the ball. But have they won?
2 bad interceptions on the Monday night game, and he's come up small in big games. Jalen Hurts hasn't come up small in big games.
No, that's where he's been his best.
Yeah. You can't deny that.
Want to take Brian?
Brian's in Dallas. Brian, go ahead, buddy. What's up?
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for taking my call. I'll be real quick.
There you go.
I'm for one who firmly believes, right, it's not Hurts, right? And you're right. Your assessment of how he plays quarterback. But the guy has proven when he has competent play callers, he wins. I think he's like 35. I think he's 35 and 5, 33 and 5 under Steichen and guy from the Saints.
Kellen Moore.
Just real quick. Yeah, right. The guy can play. When you look at Patullo's offense, right, you got about 2 times to run the same play out the same formation for a defense picks it. He runs his same pass plays out the same formation 3 and 4 times. Hell, I'm 58 years old. I could cover A.J. Brown if I know where the ball's going. It's just that simple.
Yes, I'll meet you there.
I mean, people hating on Hurts. If you know what's coming, it's a lot easier.
But you know what, Brian? Let me say this. And next week when we talk to Kevin Foley, I'm going to ask him this. Because I think they were doing the same thing last year. It was just the fact that because they could run the ball, they couldn't sit on the pass, right? Like when you know a run is coming, it's the most demoralizing thing that can happen in football. Ike used to tell me this all the time. Yeah. When you know the run's coming and you can't stop it, you know that you're done. The Eagles look like that on Thursday night.
They take your soul.
Yeah, they take your soul.
100%. But Kellen Moore also on his passing scheme, he'd run the same pass plays out of different formations.
Yeah, I know.
Because you're right, the run is set up to pass 100%. It will. But with Kellen Moore, you had more like motion snaps, pre-motion snaps, things like to throw a defense off. Andy Reid does the same thing. Andy Reid can run the same play 10 times. Difference is he's going to run it out of 10 different formations.
Yeah, he's going to show it to you 10 different ways. And
all right, Brian, call again, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, great stuff. That was one of the things that Kevin said, Kevin Foley, when we had him on, was that the lack of motion. And I think motion's really important, too, because everybody's got to adjust. You see guys pointing, you're taking him, I'm taking him.
You got to take him. Yeah. All right, I got this guy right here. And how many times do you see busted coverages because of things like that?
Yeah, it's the Steve Kerr technique of the Golden State Warriors. His theory was this. I heard him talk about it. His theory initially when he got Klay Thompson and obviously Steph and all these great shooters was to move the ball as much as possible to create decisions for the defense till eventually they made a mistake and he had an open shot and he knew his guy would make it.
Otherwise, they're just standing around waiting for someone to take a three.
Keep things moving.
Yeah, like, you got a true hockey guy he knows NBA trivia questions. He's Steve Kerr philosophies on offense. Jesus.
Well, I think those philosophies apply to all team sports.
Of course they do.
They do.
Wow. You've had a gem of a day today. You've been excellent today. Yes.
I'll take the rest of the week off. How about that?
Okay, you got it. 610-632-0975. So that's the text line number, 610-632-0975. If you want to participate in our segment feedback, which is at the end of the show, just put feedback and then put your name, location, what you have to say. Or the email address is 975feedback@975thefanatic.com. We'll play the best ones at the end of the show. Coming up next, we'll play what Kevin Foley had just said about Jalen Hurts. That's coming up. Middays with Marks.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Change on the way. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Tomorrow, Rob Thompson, Dave Dombrowski will meet with the media at 11 o'clock as the Phillies kick off their off-season. After losing last week to the Dodgers in 4 games, we'll carry that live for you here on Middays with Marks. Yesterday, Jason Stark joined Unfiltered and talked about John Middleton's desire to stay competitive and Dombrowski's ability to make a bold move.
He wants to be good and stay good. And so that's a tough needle to thread, but I've seen Dave thread it. And I would really be surprised if there aren't some wow moves this winter.
This fan base also looking for some wow from the Eagles offense after back-to-back losses and really 6 games where they have not gotten in sync to start the season. A lot of questions being asked. Kevin Patullo met with the media yesterday trying to answer some of them. Talked about running the ball more often and better, staying out 3rd and long. Vic Fangio also met with the media. Talked about leaning Adoree Jackson for the corner opposite of Quinyon Mitchell, but also didn't have a health update on Mitchell after leaving the Giants game with a hamstring injury. The Eagles get the Vikings on Sunday in Minnesota at 1 o'clock. This update is brought to you by Mattress Firm. Hurry, Mattress Firm's upgrade your sleep sales and soon find your perfect bed and save big on better rest today. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and Union. 97.5 The Fanatic.
played in the NFL. Like, to me, if you can't throw the ball into the windows of the defense, right? When you release the ball, the receiver doesn't look open at all when you look at it from the all-22. But when the thing comes into the window 25 yards down the field, right into the middle of the zone window, the receiver is showing up. I mean, that's a skill. That's a very important skill to have in the NFL. And to me, it's a prerequisite to playing in the NFL. You got to be able to do that. You got to be able to read the middle of the field, what's going on, and hit the big chunk plays there.
And that's Kevin Foley. He had said also, in 2.5 seconds, you have to diagnose the defense, see what it is. The wide receiver also needs to be on the same page as you, and then you need to, in that period of time, throw the ball in a tight window or to a spot. And that's the one thing that Jalen is great at some things, not as great in other things that he does. And I thought Donovan was a lot like this. Donovan, he wasn't a rhythm passer. He wasn't throwing the spots. He wasn't throwing guys open. When guys were coming out of their breaks, you'll see some quarterbacks that the ball's coming out of their hands, and that's what Kevin was talking about. You're anticipating what's happening, and you know what's happening in the route.
The 45-degree angle break is coming, and that's where you're throwing.
You're throwing it before he's out of his break, and that's not something that you see a lot. If A.J. Brown's going for a deep ball and he's open, Jalen's going to find, boom, he's going to throw it.
Yep.
Right? Or he'll put up some 50-50 balls, which I don't think they're doing enough of because you have
not involving them.
Yeah, they're not involving them.
I mean, John,
trying.
Two games this year, he got his first target late in the third quarter. That's bananas.
It's mind-blowing.
I mean, to me, you look at that and I go, that is malpractice.
Yep.
To do that. And then that one game, they just tried to force it to him that whole series, 3 plays in a row.
In the second half, they're like, oh bleep, we need to get him involved.
Yeah, like they forgot that he was on the team. I mean, you're planning for an entire week. I'm planning on getting that guy open and in some space as early as possible. Same thing with Saquon. I want to get him in space. I got to figure out a way to do it that I haven't shown yet, and they don't do it.
Let's go to Eric in Unionville. Eric, go ahead, man. What's up?
Johnny Marks, what's up, man? Jason.
Eric.
Yo, I made the switch, man. I saw you on Instagram and Twitter. You guys were out, and much better at 10-2, man. So thanks for that, Jason. Your cancer thing, man, I feel you. I went through it myself, had a little bit of colon cancer, got through it. I'm clear. So, man, I followed your journey.
Oh, that's
Just glad
awesome.
you're good and back, man. I love listening to you guys.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
hit that land hope for me out there in Unionville, all right? Give me a little soup.
Yeah, I got my stupid dog there. I went there, and they had an adoption event, and I ended up walking out with a dog there one day. So they got everything there. Yeah. And his name's Howie Roseman, by the way. He's a Siberian Husky, Howie Roseman. He's the man. So, yeah, dude, I don't have any sports point, but I just wanted to shout you guys out. I'm glad you guys are back, man. And Harry back, too. Like, everybody's back, man. You got me as a listener from 10-2 every day.
Thank you.
You got to stay on it, too. You got to stay on it, too. Listen to Bill and Ricky. They got Rick Tockett today coming up at 3. Everybody's doing a good job, yeah.
I'm going to give Bill a shot.
Yeah.
All right. Bill was great, and, I like his background and everything. So, yeah, man, thanks, guys. Keep up the good work. Glad you're back. Just wanted to shout you out and say you got
Eric.
a listener.
Very kind of you. Thank you. Yes, today, Ricky Batalico, Bill Colarulo, unfiltered. Silvana, Rick Tockett, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock today, yeah. The head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers will be their guest, so that'll be good to hear from Tock. He's Tock's a good communicator. Was in the media, did a lot of media. I did some media with him as well.
Good interview whenever I've talked to him.
Yeah, great guy, really great guy. He's got some highfalutin friends. Played with Mario.
Dude, you look at his career.
Oh, my God.
Where he played, who he played with.
Yeah.
He was in Boston for...
he's been at a lot of places.
He played into his 40s, didn't he? Or no? Was he?
I don't know if he played into his 40s. He played, I want to say, 1,200 games. I want to say.
Rick Tockett was in the mid-'80s. You're talking about good-looking Flyers with the mullet. You had Peter Zezel.
Yeah. He came in 84, 85.
Yeah, these guys ran Mike Keenan. I'm sure that there was some screaming matches with those guys. But
screaming matches? Is that what you're calling that? I could tell you some stories that I've heard about those days.
Physical?
Yeah. Actually played for the Kings for a little bit. Boston, yeah, you're right. Washington. Phoenix.
I remember
Phoenix back then. Ended up in Philly. So
I always loved talking. Those Flyers of that the mid '80s period were they were a lot of fun. They were
1,144 games, 952 points.
And he would fight.
Oh, he was
big, physical.
He'll fight you now.
Yeah, I know he will. Well, will he fight Colarulo at 3? We'll find out So stay tuned. You know, Ray, I went back there during the not last break, but the previous break, and we were having some fun with Ricky saying we'd beat him at basketball or whatever, and you beat him at knockout. So I go back there, and he's got this look on his face, and he goes, hey Marks, why don't we get on the ice? How about we have a hockey game? And I'm like, no.
I didn't hear that.
I'm like, no. He's like, why not? I'm like, because you guys would kill us? I don't know how to skate? Like, I don't know. I'm not getting in the highway so you could check me into the boards. Like, no, I'm not playing hockey. He goes, how about Ray? I'll knock his ass on. Like, he's legitimately saying he wants to cross-check you in a hockey game because of the knockout thing.
Well, I tweeted the video.
I saw the video.
That's why he's upset.
Yeah.
I tweeted the video. You asked me to tweet the video. I figured we talked about it. It's there at RayDunn975, done with an E. You go find it.
You got to get the Fanatic to retweet it.
He tries to block your shot and flagrant fouls you.
I mean, yeah, I got
and
fouled.
You got it in anyway.
I got no skin in this game. I don't know Ray that well.
To knock him
I know
out.
Ricky for years, but Ricky's in wrong here.
No, but,
thank you.
No, but I'm still trying to figure out what you did other than knock him out. He's trying to say that you did something prior to all of this happening.
He has something in his mind that happened there that's a reason that he got knocked out by me.
He tried to block your shot and just destroyed you and then threw the ball at.
Some nerd knocked me out in an athletic competition, and I don't like that.
That's what's upsetting him.
Yeah.
He was an all-star in 96. He shouldn't care.
He's carrying around a baseball bat in the hallway, too. And he just looked at us.
Oh. He's trying to intimidate.
Is that what he's trying to do?
Yeah, he must be.
He's in my studio.
He carries a bat.
I didn't start this. You've continued this.
I know he does.
You've continued this. He's in my studio right now.
Get out of the studio. You're on it, too. All right, we'll see you on the basketball court. All right?
Let's do the hockey shootout. Yeah. I did that with Pat Egan. He had to take 10 shots on me. So we did it like on the opening day, and he went 0 for 10. He was so pissed.
All right, coming up.
I'll do that against the listeners once I'm a little healthier.
Well, I mean, we got to do something.
With the Flyers. We'll do something with the Flyers, and we'll go down there, and people can take a shootout on me.
So what I want to do is I want to get –
I ain't letting you score. But.
I don't know if they still have those suites at the top. We did this when I worked here before. We got those suites all the way at the top by where the media was.
Yeah.
And we got
level.
And we got one for a game, and then we gave away tickets on the air.
Yeah, they're not suites anymore. It's more open air now.
Oh,
you can do the same thing. Yeah, it's very cool.
I want to get down there with the show.
Yeah,
get
let's
our
do a
listeners
night down there.
Yes.
And we'll get the listeners down there early. I'll take them downstairs. We'll see the locker room and stuff.
Really?
And yeah, let's have some fun here. Damn it.
Man, all right, we're doing it. We'll do it live. Don't write
Damn it.
Don't finish that statement. We'll do it live.
Coming up, rest of the show and feedback, and we'll check the text line and everything else as well. That's next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Fanatic.
is Middays with Marks 97.5, The Fanatic. Tomorrow, I believe, is just a Middays with Marks and Ray Diggity, which is a good thing. Because today with Jason was great, but I need at least once a week when we're doing these rotating co-hosts that it's just us. Because I have a couple things planned for the other members of the show, particularly Nate, who is our associate producer. So he will be he is going to be put on the spot tomorrow. So it's going to be a fun show tomorrow.
I'll tune in. I'll be tuned in as I'm on my way to my doctor's appointments tomorrow. That'll be doctor's appointment number 83 and 84 tomorrow since January.
83 and 84?
Yeah. I looked at my my app that has all your upcoming appointments in January when we settled on my treatment plan, and it said, you have 78 upcoming doctor's appointments. I almost fainted.
So, Ray, he sent me, Jason sent me, I don't even remember, I think it was like it's like, this is what we're going to do. This is your treatment. Like, here's the course of action.
Here's the plan.
Do.
Yeah.
And he sent it to me on text. And I looked at it and I read it. And my response was, that's really intimidating.
It
like,
was.
It's like between the chemo, the possible, like everything that it was like, God, man, like this is what you're actually looking at, right? You're staring down the barrel of that.
Yeah.
And you're on the other side of it. Now, so far, so good.
Yeah, we'll have an update, an official update by the end of the week. But I feel good. I feel better. I still get tired. I'm mentally, I have a lot of work to do. I really do. I really kind of played that part down going into it, not thinking it would. I was like, yeah, whatever.
You don't realize it till it happens. Though.
Yeah, and it's. I was never mentally straight to begin with, but I got a lot of work to do there.
One thing that you said, and then we'll get to feedback that you tweeted out, so I'm comfortable saying it. Your dad got diagnosed with cancer, and was it 10 weeks later?
My dad was diagnosed on December 15th in 2015. He was very active. My dad was 6'5", 200 pounds. You know, like, which doesn't make sense because I'm 5'7".
Yeah, what the hell?
Right? Like, I got my dad's hair my mom's height. My mom was 5 foot. And stumpy like me. But, so yeah, he was diagnosed because he had this cough that wouldn't go away. He played tennis 2-3 days a week, golf 2-3 days a week, and active as they get. And had a cough that wouldn't go away. Went to the doctor. They ended up diagnosing him with lung cancer. 2 weeks later, they found out it was metastatic to his brain. And he passed away on February 21st.
So it was
10 weeks later.
The short.
Yeah. Thank God, by the way.
Yeah, no, you're not right. I mean, you're not wrong about that.
Yeah.
But
those thoughts go through my head.
Of
as
course.
I'm, awaiting results, and you don't know. All I know is I went through hell, right? I know that there were times then I was recording Flyers Daily before I would hit the record button where I would have my head on the table and I wanted to die. I wanted to take a nap and not wake up.
Dude.
That's how bad it is.
Well, listen, it's now October 15th, and
we're still here.
I wouldn't even have known. I wouldn't know that. Yeah, you look great. You sound great today. So we're all with you, and we look forward to getting those good updates.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting back to living.
All right, let's hear feedback. What do we got?
Now it's time for feedback.
How about filling us in?
I can't lie. Email us at 975feedback@975thefanatic.com.
Say it! Let me tell you something!
Or text us at 610-632-0975.
Let me tell you something else, man.
It's feedback on Middays with Marks.
All right, what do we got? This is, by the way, Jason, this is an AI-generated voice that reads the emails or the texts.
Oh, well, be careful because might be an AI-generated co-host tomorrow.
It's not good. Here it is.
Herb's Colon, Marlton, New Jersey. Maybe AJ is just bored and wants to be part of the game and not just getting paid to block up field and watch tush pushes and 3 and outs.
I think AJ sees the offense struggling and says, I'm here. Why can't we make this happen? I don't think this is a strict AJ, I hate Jalen Hurts, things aren't good. I'm sure he's frustrated with the coaching and the play calling and all the above.
Lack of usage, yeah.
Yeah. Does the offense look good right now? In spurts, it does.
Yeah.
And when you struggle and you feel like you're being underutilized and you're not...
You know you can help and you're not being allowed to.
It's not just that you're not having success. You had said it earlier. You don't get targeted till the fourth quarter or whatever that insanity was. Happens far too often.
Yeah, it's malpractice. It should never happen because A.J. Brown is no fool. He knows what he is capable of. And he knows he can impact the game in a much greater way if they would utilize him. And to not even get targeted till late in the third quarter twice this season, again, to me, is it defies logic. It doesn't make any friggin' sense.
I ain't no fool either, Jason.
No.
Kevin Petula might be a fool. I don't know. What's next?
Definitely have to move A.J. Brown in the offseason. He needs to be featured with a young quarterback again. Drake in New England.
Yeah, I bet. Drake May, by the way, who looks unbelievable.
Yeah.
He looks really, really good. If you're a Patriot fan and you've been spoiled for so many years and then all of a sudden Bill Belichick sucks and then the team's bad, Rabel comes out there, goes up there and puts boots to asses.
Yep.
He ain't taking anybody's crap. And then you get a young quarterback there because he doesn't have any wide receivers up there. It's not like he's got a great running game.
Yeah, he's doing it on his own right now.
Man, he's good.
He's really good.
And to the point of Drake's text, they're going to be looking in the offseason, and I'm not trying to draft somebody. When the Eagles traded for A.J. Brown, they got A.J. Brown. They got a 1,500-yard receiver.
Yeah, they got a known commodity that can be an absolute asset to Jalen Hurts.
See, now I don't want to trade him. I want to trade Jalen Hurts. Let's keep A.J. Brown.
610.
Maybe they're able to make it work. What's next?
JT from South Philly. Here are name ideas for Ray's boy band, the Ray-Bans, or Dun, and Dunner.
Ray-Bans is better than Dun, and Dunner.
So we just learned today that Ray actually is in a cover band, a cover boy band.
Yeah.
And he won't tell the name of it.
Bye.
He won't tell they cover NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. He won't tell us the name of the band, so we asked what some names of the band. Uncle Jamie actually checked in on my text line and said the Tush Push would be the name of Ray's band.
It's too stolen.
Nah.
Yeah, it's too stolen.
Nah.
Okay. Any other suggestions for your band name?
We didn't get a lot of suggestions. Mostly because we went right into trivia afterwards.
I nailed it right away. It's a 4-person ensemble boy band, and it's Quattro Ducho.
It does have a good ring to it.
Yeah, it does.
All right, we'll go with that. All right, what's next?
Matt from Norristown. Hey, Ray, can you ask Johnny why he dresses like he's going to chop 12 cords of firewood and then dive into a full stack of flapjacks?
I was hoping we would get something off of my outfit today. So I decided...
That was on my table at Thanksgiving, as a matter of fact.
So I decided today... Silvana yesterday had plaid on. And we had said, I'm like, you wear... I'm a big fan of plaid. I have a ton of plaid at home in my closet. I'm going to wear something tomorrow. So what do you know? I'm wearing the red. Ray's wearing plaid as well. How would you describe this? That's why you have to watch this on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Or go to my Instagram and you can see what it is. I mean, I'd say I'm handsome. I got my hair cut yesterday.
See, my problem with your shirt is the whatever the thing's going in the collar. It looks way too Western for me. Like you need a string tie.
I have actually, there's one. I went to see a comedian, and I wore this. It's almost like this, but in brown, and it does look like I should be going to like rodeo.
Like with a big belt buckle.
And the comedian picked on me her entire set.
Is that right?
Yep.
I got picked on by Andrew Dice Clay at the Valley Forge Music Fair in the round. We were in the front row.
Hickory dock.
I was there with 3 other guys, and we were watching it, and he goes, "Look at this group of J.O.s." Oh. But he was hilarious. I love his... You ever follow him on Instagram?
No.
He's hilarious.
Dice is?
Walking around. He's in Philly all the time. He married a Philly girl.
All right, let's get as many in as we can.
Last one here.
All right.
Don't let Ricky bully you, Ray. I'll charge his ass one more time. Barry in San Francisco.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's Barry Bonds checking in via AI.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds checking in, and he's got your back for Quattro Ducho number 2. Barry Bonds is a fan. He'll be at the show.
Yep.
When you guys perform at
I'll get tickets for him.
No,
Trocadero.
If Ricky were to try to cross-check him, Barry would come take care of him.
Well, I mean, Barry's on roids, so
right.
He was. I don't know what I haven't seen him in years. He's evaporated.
No, he's trying. I think he's trying to get. What was he? Like sometime recently, I saw him.
I feel like I haven't seen him in forever.
He's
trying. He was with the Marlins there for a minute, right? It's like their hitting coach,
something like.
I want to say.
Now Bonds charging the mound, and Vitalico is ready for it.
Oh, I miss Harry Callis.
Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. 3 runs are gonna score. Like he was
Ricky
so good.
Vitalico will come into pitch.
Yep.
The way he said Morandini.
Mickey Morandini.
He could add 10 syllables to a 1-syllable word.
Bobby Abreu.
Yeah, so good. So we've been blessed.
For sure. And now we have Ray.
And now we have Ray Dunn.
Now we have Ray Dunn.
And the show's done. How about that?
The show is
how about those apples? Let's get out of here.
Fast forward. And we another thing, we don't have. Did you not put it on the board? Did you put your goal call on the board?
I have the how about that? It should be on your. I guess it's not on the board. It's definitely in the system. I put it in the system.
He gave a how about that. He ripped
How
off.
about
he
that?
gave a Mel Allen how about that in the soccer.
Oh, my God.
We'll have to play that next time for you.
And that's the news.
And that is. All right. Appreciate everybody. Associate producer Nate Tennyson, YouTube and social media producer Brandon Dutz. Thank you. Ray Dunn produced this fine program. Coming up next, 3 o'clock, Rick Tocchet joins Ricky Metallico and Bill Colarulo. See ya.